Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Depends on your time and your location. This is Biafra TV. We are live this midnight or earlier in the morning or afternoon or evening. Depends on your time and your location. From here I am is midnight, but that is when I have my time to come back and discuss with Biafran people, or to let us know the most important things that we have to adhere into them. So please, as I welcome you, I urge you to welcome one another by liking and sharing the program, so people may know that we are live and we are direct this wonderful hour that we are going to rub our mind together. Whether you believe in Ipob, whether you believe in fallback, whether you believe in CRC, and whether you on your own claiming what you are not. It's a time for us to talk. It's a time for us to educate ourselves more and more. Yes, the first person at this hour who is here is Chinedu. Wow, Ikuku, thank you so much. You are welcome, my brother. I can see you. May Elohim also to protect you and guide you for being here at this hour. Be the first. That means you'll be waiting for us to come back online. Depend on time and our job. That time we have, before we go that, let's say, to rest, we must come here. Because without coming here, the rest is not going to be a normal rest. But once I am here, the rest is normal. So please, hit the like button. If it is your first time coming, once you come in, the next thing is to like the program. So it's going to also show you that you have been watched this program. That is what like simply mean on your own side. But when you like, you are bringing more people in to come. So please endeavor to do that. The like is in front of you on the right hand side. This is where I'm pointing my hand now. On top of your screen, look at the right hand side of it. You will see a 3 dots. No, click on that pom nato without wasting time. Once you touch it on your screen, it will open. You will see like and share. Please endeavor to do that. Please endeavor.
Just a fatherland or motherland to anybody. Nigeria is not a motherland or fatherland to anybody. Nigeria is purely a British creation. Just a fatherland or motherland to anybody. Nigeria is not a motherland or fatherland to anybody. Nigeria is purely a British creation. Just a fatherland or motherland to anybody. Nigeria is not a motherland or fatherland to anybody. Nigeria is purely a British creation.
And to be honest with you, that's what it is. There is no two ways about every word that comes out from the holy mouth of the Holy One, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. Current now, the President of United States of Biafra. Our declaration make him automatically the President of United States of what? Biafra. There is things that we all must understand. Maybe there are things that we never understand because we have never been particularly on this level where we are right now before. So in Igbo, okay, I see you, Mr. Friday from Enugu of United States of Biafra. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for standing with us and also being here at this hour. I appreciate you, my brother. In fact, I appreciate all of you that are going to join us this night, this late midnight. So I thank you all for coming in. Please, my people, continue liking and sharing. Inform others that we are here to preach the gospel of hope, to remind ourselves some things that we are lacking, some things that are missing, that we need to remind ourselves. I am not here because of I am a graduate. I am not here because I can talk. I am not here because I can speak. You can see that I don't even know how to do it at all. But Chukwu Okabiyama has chosen that we should be here to do this wonderful job of liberating of Biafra people and to make them to understand the real thing that we are lacking. In a question, I want to ask IPOB One Nigeria, when are you going to declare Biafra as a country? After over 13 years agitation. When that this agitation is going to be legal, political, diplomatic? When? So, when is this your IPOB organization is going to save Biafran people's life, defend them, instead of killing, arresting them, instead of sentencing them as in Nandekano? When is this your IPOB is going to set everybody free? Is our question also. When are you going to declare this your Biafra that you have been agitating for over decades? For over, Biafra agitation has lasted no less than 5 to 6 decades. So we are asking you, CRC that just began, when are you going to declare Biafra as a country? Or do you fully know the criteria for agitation to turn into a new country? When it's going to be legal and diplomatical and political, that the world will see you as someone who are serious? That is why we are here. When are you going to stop answering non-state actors, not even in Nigeria, under the eyes of the international law and what or the criteria of international law? When are you going to be able to stop answering non-state actor? When are you going to be state actor? I am not even talking about fallback that are claiming what another person achieve. I don't even talk about it because in the timeline they are not anywhere to be found, because the truth must prevail. And you know that when the truth is an I saw evidence, that matter has closed. That is why I don't have strength to debunk Ogenkere and all this whatever that Sani Aparawa is doing. No, there is reason why I don't pay my time, my attention to them, because the evidence is everywhere, you know. And Imana, when we are in school, those who now first, but second na school, when Bahaji Abia, and whatever they comes, they do what they're supposed to do and go back. But Niti, Nebus, Megani, Aboza. So this agitation of Biafra that have cost many lives, that many people has been run into exile, many people has been disappeared, many are no longer living because of what? This particular agitation of Biafra. Now our question is, when you as IPOB member organization, when you who believe in the structure of IPOB, when are you going to declare Biafra, that the international global community will stop seeing you as a non-state actor, and in their own law they will see you as an state actor? This is the question. And anybody who did not believe in Biafra declaration, or who want to do mago, who want to change it, when are you going to declare your own? I want to give you an example. If you are following Fallback or CRC, you know a man that they called Livingstone, that's the about to put them into a group, but to be called Think Tank Group. Remember that man they call the name I just mentioned right now, Livingstone. That when Obato Obie form a think tank group and put them because of Obato Obie trying to do inclusive of all, to carry everybody along. Then, when they start messing up, you remember that Obato Obie chase him away and remove him, and also abolish that think tank group that make him to come out in social media and starts making mockery of himself. You who follow CRC organization, you who still believe in IPOB, you who believe in Adadi Orama and Faces Unite, why can't you join Livingstone when he come out, even rented a, rented ambulance and patrol in America and claiming what they are not? Why did you not follow him? Why are you not contributing and supporting him and writing him, help, write down, you are doing well, thank some of you in Biafra? Why are you not supporting Livingstone? Can you tell me the difference between Livingstone and Fallback, CRC, and autopilot of Daddy Orama and Faceless Unite? Please, can you give me a difference between this group and those that we are following right now? Remember that Livingstone told us that all we need now is to contribute $5 every week, for that we should give him 10 years, and you continue contributing your your $5 every week. That in the 10 years time, or is it 15 years time, that he will give you Biafra. Why did you run away from him? Why did you not support him? Is my question to you. If you can see him as a betrayer, if you can see him as someone who has nothing to offer, how are you seeing Ogenkere, CRC, Fallback Group, Faceless Unite, Radio Orama, as those that has something to give to you? Okay, you are seeing them because you don't know the criteria for this our agitation to end, and that we will become the indigenous people, that we will have our own state, then we will become state actor instead of answering non-state actor. If you decline on following Livingstone, if you decline on following Ushemefo, if you declined on following Charles Azoka Wankwo, why are you following Ogenkere? Why are you following Chiamaka Ajere? Why are you listening to Go 247? Why are you listening to all this group? Tell me difference. Yes, easy way. Please, easy way. Can you tell me the difference between CRC, Foba Group, and the Livingstone, and and Uchemefo? Please, can you tell me difference between them and all these names I am mentioned right? Because I want to remind you something. For you to see how you are fooling yourself and how you are doing yourself more harm than good. How you use your hand to do what? To destroy yourself. That nobody is destroying you. Instead of you to follow the movements that's under the international law that will give you Biafra, that will make you to become a state actor and stop being a non-state actor, then you decided to join and continuously, after 3 decades of you agitating for Biafra. A decade is, some count it 12 years, some count it 10 years. So when I said 1 decade, I'm referring to between maybe 10 years, maybe also 12 years. Depend on how you calculate it and believe in 1 decade. So my question is it this way you are agitating for over 3 decades? Is how other countries did their own agitation and they become a country today? That is my question to you as a Biafran. I am also asking you that are here supporting Faceless Unite, Radio Ramma. It's better you go back and support Livingstone, support Uchemefo. Why can't you go fully support Uchemefo? Is my question to you. Why can't you go back and support who? Uchemefo. Support Livingstone. To support that prince, that one calling himself, that old man that is calling himself a prince, who removed the Biafran flag in Maryland. Why can't you go and support them? Then prove that you are fighting for Biafra. Why do you leave them and focus on supporting Ogenkere? Those that they are not here to bring you Biafra as a country. That is my question to you. So, I am asking you for you to think and see how you are fooling yourself and how you are a disgrace to yourself, not to any other person. And how you are setting yourself down every day instead of trying to know. The movement that we are into has changed, has been moved on, has been the transition of the movement of Biafra has gotten to the final destination that the international global community sees or see as that is a time for you to see as a state actor. By how? By the declaration of United State of what? Biafra. By having a country called that was declared on November 29, 2024, that they are still in the mood of their celebration of their independence up to now. And you never knew in your life or ask a question, what did the people of South Africa under Nelson Mandela. What they did to bring him out? What was their action? The people he left, that when he spent 27 to 28 good years in prison. Have you asked yourself, those that Nelson Mandela left outside and went in on behalf of for them to have a good life, what is their action? Despite that he was just fight for apartheid regime, despite that he was only fighting for what? For South Africa to become a better country. And those that believe in him are there. Then the South African government arrested him and sentenced him to life imprisonment, that he spent 27 good years or 28 before he comes out. And under the name of his party, he used that party to want to become what? After he comes outside, to become a president of what? South Africa, that ended apartheid regime, that has returned back today, South Africa back again. Now, when you are looking at everything that surrenders the movement of the Biafra, what kind of things are you thinking? What kind of things are you doing to find the truth out by yourself? Not what someone told you, or after you have listened to someone, then you use your hand to rethink or to research from what this particular person told you. Not just being there and doing nothing. Sometimes you have to pause, take a break, and think, rethink in the movement or everything that you think that you are doing. If that thing is going on the right path, and what will easily make it to become a right path. Have you asked yourself, agitation without the endless agitation, without a declaration of a new country, how did the international community see it? Or have you asked yourself, how did other countries except Nigeria, that their document is all about amalgamation by force? You must be here. And today it is all well known, and the world are seeing what the indigenous people are going through. So I am asking you for us to communicate deeply without sentence. Drop envy, drop jealousness outside, drop hatred. Let us tell ourselves the bitter truth. So from there, you may know what to do. I want to refer you to people of Bangladesh. How did they get their independence in 1971? Please, just type on your phone. How did the people of Bangladesh got their independence in 1971/1972? Can you do that? Can you type on your phone, how the people of Namibia got their freedom or their independence from South Africa? Please, can you do that? Can you type on your phone, how did Mahatma of India got independence for a country called India today? Can you? Can you type on your phone, how did Eritrea got their independence from Ethiopia? Can you do that? Because there is a full criteria for a country to emerge. There is a process. There is a template. There is a yardstick that you have to follow before you become what? A country. These are the questions that I want us to think this evening. Leave Ngozi Adabeze by the side. Now leave Simon by the side. Leave Mazen Nakano by the side. Let us research on our own and find out the criteria for you to use self-determination to achieve a new country. Please, can you do that? Because it's not time to be wasting time on things that you know very well. What of you try to take your time to know those things that you never knew about them before? That's why they say that life is a teacher. Life cannot be a teacher when you are repeating one thing day in, day out. But when you are making some moves, when you are thinking about some things, when you enter Google, when you enter archive, when you enter Guinness Record book and start asking questions, when you start typing on your phone, international communities, what and what, then you may find out the answer to what are we here to do this evening. I want to remind IPOB, CRC, Fall Back, Faceless Unite, Adandosho. Are you agitating for what? What are you agitating for? And what do you want? Is it the Biafra that Mazen Nakano is fighting for is what you want? Is it the Biafra that Obato Obie is fighting for, Simon Ekpa is fighting for, is what you really want? Have you heard from Mas Simon Ekpa Njoko that I will fight for Biafra only for 5 years, then I will go to Biafra before they arrested him in 2024, 1 year to go, before his propaganda blackmail arrest by Finland through death sentence called Nigeria. You know, it's a high time that we start going back to visit our roots in what we are doing. Do you ask yourself, as a member of IPOB, what are the criteria for me to get Biafra without even me waiting for Mazen Nandekan? Because when Rahman of Bangladesh took away in 1971, the people he left out or outside, what's their action? What are the things that they was doing that leads to release of a man? The sentence, they put that sentence in his name. And how did that lead to Bangladesh becoming a country till today? Have you asked yourself the question? Have you asked yourself, many countries in the world, how do they go to where they are today? How do they got their independence? Have you? Agitation, over long agitation, or this endless agitation of IPOB and CRC. If you don't know, CRC just started doing agitation. They started, like, you know, the way that Mazen Nakano just started in that over how many years ago? 13 to 15 years ago. That is what RCC is coming to do to you. And are you going to wait? And are you sure that they are fighting to get Biafra for you? If I may ask you. Divine, you are welcome. Jesus, you are welcome. Charles, you are welcome. The question or the headline or our capture is, IPOB organization, CRC group, Fallback Bridge, Adandosho, your agitation of Biafra. When do you think that Biafra supposed to be a country? The number one question, this is the second one. The number one question is, can agitation without a declaration makes you automatically a country that international global community will give recognition, and you sign agreement with them, you sign treaties of the countries that you must obey? For over 5, 10, 6 decades that you are agitating for this Biafra. So when do you want it to be end? So you can be able to save the life of the people you claim that you are fighting or you are agitating for them to be free. A 1 decade is 10 years or 12 years. A 2 decade is 20 years or 24 years. Now ask of what? 3 decades. So you know the countless numbers that has been wasted of years and many lives that has gone because of this agitation that will never end. Because the road, the criteria, the existing protocol, the template to become a country, you never for once read or go to that line to know what you're supposed to do. Now the question is, agitation, over long agitation of you as an IPOB member that has cost many lives of our people, how can this your agitation, this your endless agitation, end or stop the persecution, the intimidation, the kidnapping, the military armor tanker engagement with Boko Haram members in the southeastern region? That people from there are asking that they want to become a new country on their own. So this your endless agitation, this your endless red cap and red t-shirt, is it all that you can offer for all the lives that have been wasted? And how do you want the spirit of all those lives that has been wasted to settle in peace? A agitation over long time or endless agitation without a declaration simply mean a political non-state actor under international law. In the criteria to form a new country, agitation has no law that backs it up. But because of you have to agitate under self-determination, then it becomes a right to you. When you mess up the right, when you cannot be able to make a decision of a new country, that means the road that leads to the declaration, the road that leads to recognition, the road that will end you being a non-political actor, you refuse to adhere towards that, then the world will see that you are not serious. We are coming there, my brother. Don't even rush, because I am coming according to my headline first. And how we present some things under international law about countries. When you ask questions, it's not a crime and it's not an insult. The people of Bangladesh, or now they call it, they call, in brief, you call it Bengali, they agitated for a country between 1967 to 1972. Between 1967 to 1972, people of Bangladesh agitated for their own country called Bangladesh by their leader. Rahman is the name of their leader. Now, before we go further, I want you to ask to check for me. Between 1967 to 1972, how many years? Sorry, I welcome you. You're welcome, my brother. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate you. Between 1967 to 1972, is it how many years that they fought and they got their independence? 1971, December to January 1972. Their leader, Rahman, was being arrested by Pakistan because Pakistan are the one that colonized, or the one that are holding Bangladesh after India free Pakistan as a country. In those years, India is in charge of Pakistan and Bangladesh. So it's from the India that they created a country called Pakistan and the what? And Bangladesh. Then in this area of Bangladesh, Pakistan was the first to have their independence, and they are the one controlling because they left together from India and they have one country called Pakistan. At a time, the people of Bangladesh stood up and be demanding that they want outright new country of their own with their new president that are not going to be under Pakistan. This started happening in 1966 maximum to 1972. As I'm talking, type on your phone, how did the people of go to Google, just only Google, ask, how did the people of Bangladesh got their independence in 1971 to 1972? Then you will see every laid down structure, how it happened. So what we are doing today, okay, let us leave them. Type on your phone, do you know that Namibia got their independence from South Africa? Namibia in Africa. Do you also know that Eritrea got their independence from Ethiopia? Do you know that? And it took Namibia 24 years, 2 decades, for them to fight and got their own independence from South Africa. Do you know that? So how do you think that what Biafran people are demanding is abomination? That we need our own freedom as people of United State of Biafra that was declared that's why I told you, I first refer you to countries that have in the past passed this way that we are passing today, for you to know that if they can achieve it, what is stopping you and I? Or Nigeria, is it good for you? Nigeria, is it working for you? Are you happy about all things that are going on in Nigeria today. Let me remind you one thing. I am not here because I'm a graduate. No. No. I am not here because I can talk. No. I am not here because I have time. I don't have a job. No. I just came back from work because I have something like off tomorrow. And I decided to be here for us to reason on our own what we are doing. And those who claim that they are IPOB organization, how many years do they think that what they are agitating in the name of IPOB organization is going to become a reality? Or is going to be something that the whole international community will give recognition? There is no amount of agitation. There is no amount of agitation that will make the world, countries that sign treaties, that know that inside treaties there's something they call territorial integrity, to come and because of your name is IPOB under agitation, they will now say, oh, from today we have recognized you the way we recognize Bangladesh, the way we recognize South Africa, the way we recognize Namibia. They will never. Because in that particular law of recognition of a country, there is one thing: interfering, violation of rights of an existing country. Under agitation, you are a non-state actor. They see you as what? A rebel. If you continue agitating without making a declaration, then the declaration of a new country stop seeing you as a rebel. The declaration of a new country makes you to claim a sovereignty and also territorial integrity that the UN are looking for, that the international global community are looking for. So this over long time agitation of IPOB without a declaration of a new country is worthless. It has no effective. There is when let me give you a common example. If you have a child that's supposed to spend, okay, let me say 7 years in primary school, maximum 7 years or maximum 6 years in primary school, and that child has spent 13 years in only primary school, are you going to be proud of that child? Are you going to be proud of a child that only primary school took 13 years, that are continuously repeating class every year? Are you going to be happy providing all he or her needed to go to school, and every term, after a full term, you change uniform, she still repeats in that the same class? Can you do a business that there is no gain on it? What is the gain of agitation? The gain is official declaration of a country that you want to become, and you will first give yourself recognition. You will first endorse yourself before any other person will come to recognize you. You start claiming state from there. You start claiming state actor, because on the right of the international law of the 1933 of Montevideo Convention, that is where you now place in your state actor by yourself after you have met 4 criteria that they are looking for, or they are looking from you to maintain. What are those criteria? They now told us that you will have a number 1 is that you will have a permanent population. Number 2, that you will have a defined territory. Number 4, effective government. Number 3, effective government. Number 4, criteria, capacity to go and sign agreement with other countries. And you must become a country before other country will seize you as a country, because it's a name you give to yourself. It's what people will use to call you. Is it not true? The name you give to yourself is what people will call you. So, my topic this evening centralized on the issue of all this agitation of over these years, of over, starting from Owazurike to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is confirmed 5 decades. 5 decades is about 50 years. Because 1 is 10 times 5. Or times 4. You will get over 40 years of what? Agitation. Now, refer to when Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu also fought for Biafra in 1967 to 1970. That ended going back to inside Nigeria again. When they received him, go and form a political party that from there you will produce governor, you will produce senator, you will produce House of Rep. Then from there, they will bring your problem to the table to being discussed. Chukwuemeka Odumegwu accepted, formed a party, tried, they robbed him, they rubbish him to ground. Like what they are doing to the Biafran peoples today. What they are doing to Biafrans today. Now, when you sat down to ask yourself some questions that will yield a result, that's why I bring a child that you send to school that's never graduated, or you said you manage to send him to university, and every year he is in school. Are you going to be proud of that child? Tell yourself the truth. Let me tell myself the truth. Drop envy, drop jealousness, drop health, hurting someone out of what we're going to do this night, so you will learn. Let us see, under the International Law of Montevideo Convention, under the human rights of self-determination, agitation without a declaration of a new country, if it is what you are agitating for, because you might claim that you are a member of IPOB, but really you want to use the name that you are agitating for Biafra to enrich yourself, build mansion, buy cars to yourself, and Nigeria will know you and they will lobby you or settles you, and you claim that you are fighting for the independence of a new country. When your wife carries pregnancy more than 9 months, how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about when a pregnant supposed to deliver 9 months is going to 1 year, 2 years? How do you feel? Are you going to relax? Are you not going to be asking questions, visiting hospital, visiting pastors and everything? That is how we as the Biafran people, you as an IP organization, supposed to be visiting international laws, checking histories of countries, checking how another person's daughter or son tried to pass from school and your own refused, checking why my wife is not giving birth. Good evening, I can see you. Thanks so much for coming. Why are you not checking all these things? In a better agitation is what I'm going to reach out to you right now. See what they call a better agitation under international law. What they want you to do is what I will play it for you because for me, I know why I allow you to play. So you know that I will scroll it for you first. Look at this phone here. This is what I want to play out to you. So listen to this very carefully. So from here, you will understand what is a better agitation and how it's going to work for you, for me, to save the life of our people, and also how this a better agitation can save Mazinande Kanu now that he was being sentenced to life imprisonment. Listen to this.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the
They called what? They called agitation a separatist movement. They call agitation what? A separatist what? Movement. Agitation. Listen to this.
traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state.
I'll read it so you may understand it in our own common language. This is a complex question at the heart of the international law and the separatist movement. The short answer is no. Not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state, or overlong this endless agitation of IPOB, CRC, Adandosh, and all of them today. They said no amount of propaganda, no amount of agitation that will make you automatically to become a new country. Pay attention. You will you will hear it very carefully.
International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory.
Now, I will give it a voice again. Now, I ask this question. What is a better agitation and the criteria? They now give me from this what I'm giving to you, what I'm bringing out for us to use to educate ourselves this evening or this night, this morning, depending your time. They now give me what you are hearing here on the place I normally go into research to get things, to know who I am, to know the better option of this agitation, or if agitation has to end, and what next, or what will end agitation. So, international recognition for a new country, state code, is based on establishment legal criteria that are difficult. It's not easy for you to have a new country with agitation. And now we're here. That's international recognition of a new country state code based on the established legal criteria that are difficult. If not possible for a non-state art organization, IPOB remain what? A non-state actor organization without what? A declaration of a new country. In fact, before I will give you here, let me give you something first. Please, just hold on. Let me give you this side before I will come this way, so you will understand it clearly. I also ask a question. With a group that is agitating for a new country without a declaration, can they become a country, or can they be able to give recognition? Listen. Now then, and I ask again, a group under 5 years, or under half year, or under 2 months that make a declaration of a new country, can they be handed over international recognition on the criteria of the international global community? Listen.
The group that makes a declaration under international law has a significantly greater chance of gaining international support for recognition.
Are you hearing it? The group that make a declaration under a group that makes a declaration under international law has a significantly great chances of gaining international support for recognition of their new country, like United States of Biafra, that was re-declared on November 29, 2024. This November 29, 2025 make it maximum 1 year that Biafra has been re-declared again. That is why we call it re-declared. Are you following? The group, why is it this word group? When about OBS, Simon Ebanjoko, who make this movement, whatever it is today, he formed group, or they give him name, call autopilot. Then he stand on that name to fire up, not fire down. He move up. Also, when he look at the normal way for him to achieve what he wants, he drag us into, or he give us what we call bridge organization of government in exile. This is what he did. And under that is why today we have celebrated our 1 year of our official declaration. Remember this again, I read. The group that makes a declaration, group 1 that makes a declaration under international law has a significantly greatest chances to gaining international support for recognition. Here are breakdown of why. Listen to the breakdown.
Is a breakdown of why. Legal formalities and international law.
Legal formalities and what? International laws. Because you don't claim agitation. You don't claim IPOB. IPOB is not the end of the road. IPOB is not the name of a country. And IPOB name with the red berets can never, no matter how the world, no matter how Nigeria killed us, it can never give you Biafra. I was fully membered oath taker of IPOB in my area. But I am not that fool, because what makes me a man is the ability for me to think, to reason, to ask questions, to find an answer. I was barely 20-something when I take IPOB oath. When I took IPOB oath, I was barely 20-something years. So that's what the only one thing that we are missing here is what? That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his intention of giving that name IPOB is to inclusive of all. There is one of our sisters who always speak one bigger good English. A child necessity to prove that IPOB simply means that you are an indigenous person. That's what it just simply means. That is just all. Then he makes for you to use as an indigenous person organization to fight. Like when you go to Anambra State, they say Apoga, Nanka Abonkani. Because of Chukwuemeka no the form it. Apoga. Ndi Anambra use here, Nanka Abonkani. And never had you go to Anambra State. Go and check history of Anambra. Very well. Odu Anambra. Go and check. After P2B, no other person entered there with name of PDP or any other party except that Apoga. They are going to Nkab. So IPOB means Nkab Nkan. Nanyi bundi wa, la bundi wa obodo. That is the meaning of IPOB. IPOB is not a country. IPOB can never grant you recognition as a country in the world. Or because of that name, they now say, oh, come. Nigeria has killed you. Whatever IPOB is doing, they see it as Nigeria, as that IPOB is under Nigeria, that it is an internal affair of Nigeria. What will remove you from the matter being an internal affair of Nigeria is a declaration of a new country. That is what will remove you from there. Because not listening to this. International recognition for a new state is primarily a political act, but it is heavily influenced by international law and establishment and established. Why am I giving it voice? For you to know that what I'm doing is not mine, but it's only taking off my time to try to find the truth, a way forward. If my father was being giving birth to me, and what happened, and I cannot be able to establish the family in front of him or when he are no longer alive, giving birth to me is a useless thing. The giving birth of us is what? Onye muta nwa amuta ibia. So the name IPOB is not a country name. And because of the name is IPOB organization, that the world will intervene and take Nigeria, break Nigeria territorial integrity. No, until you met the existing protocol, the existing criteria that the world needed from you. What are the things that the world needs to you? The world needs formal declaration of a new country from your hand, that you are now outright from Nigeria government. Emmanuel, out of 90 people, out of 19 people that like the program, you are only one that I'm not making a point. You are the only one out of all these numbers that those even commented. You are only the one. So that is how you know who is who. And they say that majority carries the vote. That is why your comments, you can comment. So for you don't want to pay attention, because that is our problem. We don't listen. We don't want to learn. We want to remain the way we are. That is why someone like me, I don't remain the way I make a change in every 3 months. If I am doing something, I am not seeing a result. 3 months is okay for me to change and do the normal thing. Yes, IPOB means the people. YUSB means people's nation. You know why I think so? That is the easiest word on it. Let us continue.
International recognition for a new state is primarily a political act, but it is heavily influenced by international law and established practices. The declaring group, a group that makes a declaration under international law, is engaging in the necessary formal step to signal its intent to the world.
Are you hearing it? The declaring group, a group that makes a declaration under international law, is engaging in the necessary formal step to sign it to the world. We have this our declaration. We have told the world that we are ready to become an entity, that we're ready to become a sovereign state on our own. That is why they say that declaration is a child of what? Necessity. Let me blow that word from our sister, our mommy, Ijele Waitina. I heard that word from her mouth for the first time, and I never forgot it in my life. Our declaration is proving to the world that we are ready to become a country. And that is what will draw attention. That is what we give the mandate to people, other countries, to interfere into our matter. Now let me refer you, last month, November, there is a summit in South Africa. Precisely, you will see what? You will see a president of Kenya telling Nigeria or the world that the matter of Biafra people and Nigeria is no longer internal affair of Nigeria. that if countries are stepping in, it's no longer being that they are not respecting the Nigeria territorial integrity. Do you know why? Because the declaration document is in the office of the president of the Kenya. Not only him. The same last month in Adi Burkina Faso. Type it, you will see it. They have stored it on the Google right now. Adi Burkina Faso. They make it openly that it's a high time that they discuss about Biafra. Even in the UN, Biafra matter is there also. Because of what? The declaration of United State of Biafra, not agitation of IPOB. We'll continue.
Signals intent and seriousness. A formal declaration is the standard way for a political entity to assert its claim to statehood. It shows the international community that the group is serious about its claim.
Do you hear this? Are you hearing it very loud and clear? I want to pick it from here. It shows a declaration of a new country under statehood. It shows international community that the group is seriously about its claim. From agitation to declaration is proving to the world that you are serious. Agitation is like sending a child to nursery school to go and play. We have played all this year, including me. I also played. You know of IPOB. We carry whistle. We wear white. Go to my page, my old page. Just type John Chinonso. You will see all the protests. It's still there today. Today, they send me as a reminder. You know how Facebook used to send you your previous record? They forwarded it to me. I said, wow. It's not today. So, this declaration proving how serious you are. The agitation, they say it's a mere political movement. But the declaration make it to become reality that you are serious, that you want a new country. That's why I'm asking all this group, when are you going to declare Biafra as a country now? If you refuse to adhere to support the official declared by Ngozi Arabueze of declaration of the United States of Biafra, I'm asking you, when are you going to declare your own? If you are engaging in supporting IPOB, you are there as an IPOB member. If you are there, why can't you go and support Ushemefo now? Go and support Ushemefo. Go and support Omiomio. Where are Omiomio today? What are them? What is Clifford Uraya today? What are they? What are all these men? And where is Mazen Kano? Are they still with Mazen Kano, who is agitating about what? Biafra to become a country? I'm asking you. Can you come and answer this question? When you send a child to school, what was your intention for him to go educate, to be educated, number one? Number two, there is maximum year you want him to be graduated from school and so come to help you. So you are telling me that a child that you was born from over 50 years ago, you want to continuously feeding him and also paying his bills up to now. Now that you that giving the birth to that child might be about 100 years or about 80s, 90s. Let me just call it that way. Are you going to be proud of that particular child, that particular son or daughter of yours? That is why there is a time for, they said, 6 years for primary, 6 years for secondary, 5 years for some university or some 6 years if you have carryover course, or even 4 years. Is it not true? And some is supposed to take you 5 years. It's taking you 45 years. because of your stupidity and your ignorance and your hatred, your envy, your jealousness, because of you are not the one in charge. Ogolu said, we met all the conditions of our DPM is blessed. Thank you. Agitation is more like creating awareness after gaining attention or global interest. Then, the creation of a new nation follows. The seeking formal words recognition from Tina Ijena White. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is what it is. Why I'm bringing it in this way, laid down to every level of understanding, is that we can easily understand it. So when you see all these people who are against the re-declared USB, know that the world are seeing you that you are not serious. I hope you had it here. A formal declaration is the standard way. A formal declaration is the standard way for a political entity to assess its claim to the stakeholder. It shows the international community that the group is serious about its country, the new country. I hope you are following. You will first declare a country. Even as you are planning to declare, you start preparing your currency. After a declaration, the criteria for you to become a country are more. Go. This person you ask me, please, can you go and type Geneva Convention 1948 on your phone? Criteria of being a country, our declaration about currency. Can you type it, Emmanuel? I'm giving you assignment right now. The assignment I'm giving you will answer all these questions you're asking here. You will not first print money without a declaration. You will make a declaration first and claim stakehold. After declaration of your new country, you build you register embassy as organization in any country. There is 2 countries specific where they said you can go and register embassy, your embassy, prove that you are a country. America and Canada. These 2 places. It's legal for you to go there and register. After the registration of this embassy, you start building ID card. You introduce ID card. You introduce passport. The question you ask me, let me ask you this question. When school closes and the school is about to close, how do you prepare your child for school? Are you going to wait until the school open before you start getting textbook? Start buying new sandals or canvas? Start buying new bag for that child? Emmanuel, I hope you will first prepare those things. And even some school, you cannot pass the gate that day school open without bringing their school fees and all the things that they required. They have given to your child when school was closed, before the new school, before the new semester is coming. Why are you preparing those things, keeping it down when school has never been opened? You will not start using your currency, but you must produce your currency. Keep it. And while you are waiting for recognition, the recognition after the declaration gives you power to start using your currency. Are you going to wait? Like that question I ask you. Are you going to wait for that child when school has opened after 1 month? Then you will start looking for school fees or start preparing things that will send to school for that child to go to school. I'm asking you, Emmanuel. If you can answer this question, then I have answered you. Let's continue. A formal declaration is the standard way for a political entity to assess its claim to stakehold. It shows the international community that the group is seriously about its claim, Emmanuel. This is international community telling us how they feel when you are the text. You make a declaration of a new country. You make of a formal declaration. There is always what? A process. There's always what? A criteria. The same way you have a process of your son or your daughter who want to enter university that must to go to primary, go to secondary. And after that, he will wait for 1 year or 2 years to take other exams to qualify for him to go to university. This is how it is, my brother Emmanuel. That's why I told you, come here with pure heart. Leave envy, leave hatred, leave jealous, leave I am not the one in charge. Leave it and come. Let us tell ourselves truth. What it simply means to have a new country. And how you can have this new country. We must continue. Now listen. Now we are going deep into the framework of the legal aspect of a declaration of a new country. This is a formal declaration. Listen to this.
Adheres to legal frameworks. By referencing international law, the group shows a willingness to operate within the global system and possibly adhere to criteria for statehood, like the Montevideo Convention. This makes established nations more comfortable with the idea of recognition.
Do you hear something here? Adhering to legal framework, like the way when school close, you start saving money for next term. Keep it in your own account. You start buying sandals. Keep it inside your room, waiting when school will open. Adhering to legal framework, by referring international law, the group shows willingness of operating within the global system and the probable adhering to criteria for stakehold, like the Montevideo Convention of 1933. This is where everything about how to build a new country is. Emmanuel, there is where you see it. Emmanuel, let me ask you this question. Did your forefather ever believe that a name called Nigeria will come? Did they believe in that? Is it not people sit down and think of what they will do to give you a Nigeria? When they give it company name, Royal Niger, and from there, they start giving you Nigeria. It's also when Master can think of forming IPOB and asking of that time will come when the people will give a mandate to form a government that will declare Biafra. The same way Lugard built a Niger company and later turn it to become a Nigeria. Is a pure example of what we are passing through under UIP, because you are questioned to prove where you are coming from. But we are not here to insult anybody. Rather, we are here to let us refresh our brain back. Yes, my brother, you are right. Please like and share if you're just joining us. Inside the other my gadget, I can see over 1,000K viewers, but only 22 like. You know, people don't like truth. But if I'm dancing now and lying, yeah, love will be everywhere. Super chat will be everywhere. Like will be everywhere. Now let us continue. Global system and probably adhere to the criteria for a stakehold, like the Montevideo Convention of 1933 as amended. This makes a established nation more comfortable within the idea of recognition. A declaration of a new country gives Russia, let me tell you, if Afghanistan did not declare their Afghanistan country 2021, Russia will not have power to give them recognition this year as a country? Why do you think their own is going to be different? That's why in Igbo adage just say no buru no ozu amara oyale egbe anya n'odu. History must repeat, and through the history that you will get your own freedom. Or from getting your own, you also now set another new history that in the nearer years that people will use it for them to achieve their own. That is why history must repeat. History repeats in all our life. Before you send your daughter, your son to school, you are sending him to where people already went there, make a history. Any history that your son or daughter make there, the history of those who pass out from that school is what has repeated. This is the pure truth that we all need to know. Just bring your common sense, think. That is why my question, and my question is, IPOB, when are you going to end agitation? And at the head of the master kind instruction, that the time will come when people will give a mandate. The people give our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, mandate to declare Biafra. And the people also give mandate that our name is what? United States of Biafra, because it was being voted by the cabinet members. Around over 70-something people voted over it. Our self-referendum also proved over 50 million Biafran self-referendum votes that you see on every social media. Even if you are a blind person, you will hear their voice when they are voting. Also give a mandate to that. That is how Simon Ekpa first maintained all Mazen and the Kano laid down instruction and criteria to get Biafra. And then now added these international global communities laws that protect us today. Why Biafra has been declared. Emmanuel, I was just referring to you. Emmanuel, if you want to build a house, you will first of all, follow all the process of building a house, starting from buying a land. Process all the paper, working paper, all the papers work, build and start using the house. Is it not true? The same is what we are doing today under United States of Biafra. Agitation is the first thing. Like you buying a land where you can stand. Now, when you buy that land, are you going to leave it empty to claim owner? When you leave it empty, people will come buy it and occupy that place, and you go to court, you might lose it, and they will balance you your money if those who will balance you. That is the process that Biafran people are going through today. That is why our declaration is the house that you have built already. After you have processed all the documents for you to build. So, we must continue. This, our declaration of statehood, it gives the other countries the power to talk about that Biafra matter is no longer an internal affair of Nigeria. This, our declaration, is what gives South Africa power on South Africa Summit to talk about a Biafra matter with Nigeria is no longer an internal affair of Nigeria. That is also what gives Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traoré to talk about Biafra anywhere he goes today. Go and check, my brother. Think to end the movement. It's no longer under agitation because agitation is overdue. Over long-term agitation brings all this dangerous diversity into your mind. Instead of us to be tackling the dangerous diversity that is in Nigeria, you are here playing diversity in Biafra movement, and you claiming you want Biafra. I'm sorry for you.
Provides a legal basis for discussion. The declaration creates a specific legal and political document that other countries can officially review, debate, and cite when considering recognition.
Now, Emmanuel, read our sister's comments and listen to this place. A declaration provides a legal basis for discussion. Eh? Emmanuel, a declaration of a new country provides legal basis of discussion. The declaration creates a specific legal and political document that other countries can officially view, debate, and the courts when considering recognition. Without declaration of a new country, is a hard way for you to become a Biafra that is well recognized in the eyes of the international global community. Not a Biafra in mouth, not a Biafra in wearing red and red. No, wearing beret and t-shirt red. No, that red Biafra, even wearing the white one. No, it's not. A Biafra we're talking about is what? Nke declaration ya provide legal basis for other countries to come in. If you see this address that our sister gives to you here, then bring it here. Provide legal basis for discussion. The declaration creates a specific legal and political document that other countries can officially view, use to debate that this country has become an official country that will lead to what? Recognition. This is what we are passing through. Is what they see. What happens here, that when they hide those things, we will always be thinking in our own way, which that our own way is not the way to build a new country. Nobody, I hope you see that I am not insulting you, but any question you ask here is coming direct to you. There is a criteria in your house. There is a criteria for your family. There is existing protocol from your grandfather to your own father to you, and that is why you maintain the lineage of your father. You don't know that? This thing that is happening to us now is just in your family. It's also there. So, now, this our declaration document is what gives South Africa summit power to open up to even EU right now, to UN, for them to talk about Biafra. Without this declaration, anything in them, anything that we are passing through, anything that we are going through that as an under Nigeria territory, that no country will come to interfere. But the declaration will give us a right fully that we are a new country. I hope you are following. This is what the declaration of Biafra gives us the right to do. It's not the other way around. It's not what we think. It's not about how we feel. It's about the right thing that you feel that is not. But that is what is holding us now. Do you know that for over how many of agitation of IPOB, like the first time that Mazen Kano was being arrested from Lagos State, that Uche Mefo know the road to build a new country, he could have declared Biafra then. And by now, nobody could have kidnapped Mazen Kano. And by now, we would have become an existing country on our own. So, IPOB agitation without declaration, the world will see you as a non-state actor under Nigeria. You are still the affairs of Nigeria. But a declaration excuses you from being the internal affair of Nigeria. Emmanuel, the permission under UN Charter, Article 19, that permits a declaration is what? Self-determination. Under self-determination of UN, particularly. So go and type and check. Under this UN Charter, It permits what? Declaration of a new country in exile. India was being declared in UK. Pakistan was being declared in Australia. In Makwan. Go and check history, my friend. When you ask a question that looks like what a baby is asking, Maghandi of India declared India country in exile. Bangladesh was declared in exile. Israel declaration happened in Germany. Israel was declared in exile. Child, Emmanuel, these are countries being declared in exile. Type on your phone right now before you ask another question. How many countries that was being declared in exile? Just type only this, then give us the answer here. Because if not for the document, what I'm doing now. Okay, come back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, by Biafran time, 8 o'clock Biafran time, I will be here to give you countries that was being declared in exile. You are deceiving yourself. Come back here tomorrow. After the end this program now, I will dig how many, up to 6 or 5 or 10 countries that was declared in exile. Today, they are all existing countries under UN Charter. It protects you. Don't, oh my God, shy. Israel was being declared in Germany. When Kenya make a declaration of their country, where are they? My brother, whatever, una eba na against yanaka, ne agne go through laws under the international law of declaring a country in exile. That's why I told you, come back tomorrow in the morning, maybe Biafran time, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. In fact, check out tomorrow morning. You will see me. I will be here to give it to you. So if that will change your mind to join the truth. I did not jump. When I start program, listen to me. Is what I give you is what you listen to. Not you to give what I will listen to. Emmanuel, are you coming to change the program for me? But now, can you understand what the declaration simply means? That agitation without a declaration is just a mere political movement of non-state actor. With this one we are reading right now, under Montevideo Convention of 1933, to build a new state, a new country. Are you following? Let's continue. Remember, a declaration provides a legal basis for discussion of the new country. The declaration creates specific law and the political documents that other countries can officially view, debate, and what consider to recognize the new country. A declaration is what will make you. A declaration is a new country. Without declaration, a new country, without making a declaration, you are nobody. They see you as we will still they see you as a property under Nigeria. Now listen to this.
The agitating group, a group that is simply agitating for a new country without a declaration, faces significant obstacles to recognition.
Listen to this, so a group that is simply agitating for a new country without declaration faces a significant obstacle to for them to be a country. to recognize as a country. Listen.
Lack of formal claim.
Lack of formal claim. This lack of formal claim is under the declaration. If you make a declaration, you have official claim that you are existing country that have a sovereignty. But without the declaration, under the international law, you lack of a formal claim.
Without a declaration, the group's actions are often viewed as internal political unrest, rebellion.
Are you hearing it? Without a declaration, the IPOB organization group agitation are overviewed as an internal political unrest rebellion. This is international law. Look at what I'm reading. Look at it here. I am not making a story. Look, can you see that? This is what I am proving to you. That is no longer, hey, IPOB, one Nigeria, IPOB, one family. No. It doesn't give us, it doesn't make you a country. It doesn't make you a serious human. Rather, it makes you on a serious human being under the eyes of the international laws, international communities. They see you as someone who don't know what you want. Because somebody who knows what you want goes to market to pick what you want and go back to his house. You must continue. You must continue.
Or a secessionist movement lacking a clear, formalized endpoint.
Do you hear something here? They see you as what? A secession movement that lack a clear, formalized endpoint. You don't have endpoint. But a declaration makes you to have endpoint. Without a declaration, as in calls on civil unrest to people. They call you what? Rebel. Or a secession movement lack a clear, formalized endpoint. The endpoint of agitation is what? The creation of a new country with a document that gives the other countries opportunity to do what? Recognize you as a country. A country recognize a country. You must continue.
Uncertainty and instability. Other nations.
Uncertainty and the what? Instability. Other nations listening to that
Will be hesitant to recognize an entity that hasn't clearly defined its borders, system of government, or commitment to international obligations.
Do you hear that? The international obligation is what? A formal declaration claim of a sovereignty by you who wants the new country. Other nations will not be hesitant to recognize an entity that hasn't clearly defined its borders, a system of government, or communicating to the international obligations. Lack of declaration. Nobody will talk of you. But when you make a declaration officially, the world will talk about you. Please, as you join us, like and share the program, please, if you may. There is, for your first time coming, also subscribe on the YouTube page. You will see a 3 dot in front of top of your phone, top of your screen. Click on that 3 dot, it will open. You will see like and share. Please endeavor to do that. Once you share, others will know that we are live and they will come and join us and listen. Also, on the comment section, bring their own idea. Yes, PM Simon Ekpa said, without declaration of USB, we are only making noise, which is true. Yes, I am from United States of Biafra. The new contract this November 29 made us 1 year. We make our official declaration of the new country because of the ongoing continuous genocide that is happening in Nigeria. Endpoint is very important. It shows that the mission the people want to achieve. So the people want to achieve. So without declaration, it simply means we are agitating without a mission. Well said. This is what it is, and this is what we are doing here this night. Without a declaration, you are making noise. They call it a civil unrest. You are disturbing the atmosphere. Without a declaration, you are disturbing the atmosphere. And you are not ready to enter into what? To obligations that you are a country without a formal declaration. Nobody will recognize you. In the eve of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu war with Nigeria, he made a declaration that Biafra is a country. That is why 4 countries gave him recognition. If he did not pronounce that Biafra is a country, those countries will not recognize him as a country. The only thing that makes Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu that Biafra is not a country, that British, UK, London block our international recognition. They single-handedly block it.
Risk of non-interference violations. Recognizing a non-formally declared entity could be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of the parent state, which is a major violation of international law.
I hope, listen, my brother. That is why you must thank Ngozi Arabeze against all odds, standing up to pull out this particular declaration that is a child of necessity from our sister who teaches me that English. Ijelewan, thank you so much. Risk of non-interference violations. The America will not take the risk. South Africa will not talk about it. Other countries will not talk about it because of what? There is no declaration. But once there is a declaration document with a video, fact, and figures, then they can be able to look at the risk of non-interference violation. Recognition, a non-formal declared. To recognize a non-formal declared country, like IPOB, who claim what they are claiming. They never make a declaration of that IPOB as a country. Oh yeah, now declare your IPOB as a country. It's about an IPOB country. That's what we brought the international community to talk about you, to give you recognition. IPOB is like Apogap, name of Apogap as a party, APC, PDP as an organization. That the indigenous people are the one inside that party. Is it not true? That is what IPOB stands for. The name you use to gather people to come together to sponsor their movement. The way APC, PDP, APOGA, Labour Party, and all of them today. That is how it is. Tell yourself truth. Recognizing a non-formal declared, recognizing a non-formal what? Declared country. Entity could be seen as illegal interference in the internal affair of the present state. That is why the world are not interfering, since we are carrying placards from time immemorial till today, till we are wearing t-shirts red and black and red cap till today. Why even when we carry Donald Trump flag in Biafra and doing agitation in Emena, Mpo, Obibo, all these that happens, we carry Donald Trump flag and people got down. Why did Donald Trump did not interfere? Because you did not declare your intention is never been known to what you want. You did not make this formal declaration. That is why they will not talk about you. That's why Donald Trump will not rush in. That is why other countries that we are calling you when we are carrying placards, when we are carrying a whistle, moving out on the street, and with the Nigerian government ran with us with the armor tanker, gun and bullets. And what happens to buy us? Nobody interfered because it is Nigeria internal affair. With that time, they see us as a people that are causing civil unrest. They see us as a secession. But a declaration of a new country makes you that the world can no longer see you as a secession movement. You are no longer in the criteria of secession. Because of what? That particular declaration of a new country. Look at the way they said it here. Non-formal declared of a new state. Now, they will never talk about us. Now is the right time. That is why you will see the NATO chairman from Austria talking about Biafra, calling Nigeria ex-Nigeria, no matter what. That is all about, is also political pressure. That is why they said that after the declaration, that the new country has to lobby some non-governmental NGO to help you to put pressure to get recognition. That is what the man is doing right now. That is what he's doing. So follow him on his page and listen to him. So, of the present state, which is a major violation of international law, if America jump in the name of IPOB and they give you, say your name is IPOB, Nigeria has a right to sue them. No country will interfere into the matter. What makes Biafra not a country is that in time that we are fighting, because of lack of social media, Chukwuemeka or the Megwojuku never knew that Canada, Sweden, they come to ask for ceasefire for them to know what is the problem. And Nigeria asks them, go. It's an internal, and British use London to ask them, go. It's just an internal affair of Nigeria. That is why you lose Biafra as a country. And today, you are stating the name of IPOB for how many decades? Let's go. Now, Emmanuel, listen.
Criteria for statehood, Montevideo Convention. While not universally binding, the criteria from the 1933 Montevideo Convention are the most widely cited standards for new states. A group with a formal declaration is more likely to use this framework to demonstrate its qualifications.
A group with a declaration will demonstrate what? Qualification to be a country. A group with declaration document qualified to be a country. When they meet what? Look at the framework. Look at the criteria. That is why in my always I will tell you this word. It's no longer the way we reason. It's no longer the way we think. It's above us right now. We only have to maintain these criteria of the international global community. Then Biafra will become a full sovereign state very soon. Okay, because you don't tamos, you don't listen, you don't research. Take your time to research. Take 1 hour. Ask questions. How can Biafra become a country? Then you will see it by yourself. Once you start going deep, then I will now give you the real histories and the real answer for you to have Biafra as a country. It's all about what? This our official declaration of the United States of Biafra as a sovereignty. It's very important. That is the child of what? Necessity. That is the first thing that gives you international attention. That is what gives you, that is when you give the world power to talk about you. Without declaration, without formal declaration, nobody will talk about you. They will see you as what? They said that you are causing civil unrest, that you are just a political movement, a mere political movement, doesn't even have a mission. Because if you have a mission, the mission should be the declaration of a new country under the ambit of international law. And there is a criteria for you to be. Listen to that.
1. A permanent population. 2. A defined territory. 3. Government. Effective control over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. Sovereignty. A declaration is often used to formally assert that criteria 3 and 4 have been met. Would you like to know more about the Montevideo Convention and the specific criteria a group must meet to claim statehood?
Then, Emmanuel, please type this. Type more about the Montevideo Convention for you to become a country. Just type it and read and research. Then you will understand what I am here to present to you. Now, what are those criteria? We have a permanent population that lives in Biafra land, lives in diaspora. Number 1. Number 2, a defined territory. We have defined our territory. IPOB, do they have defined territory? The answer is no. But United States of Biafra were declared have what? They have fully defined territory. That is the 40 states that made up of United States of Biafra. In that, Old Anambra has 3. Ikemba, Odimegu, and Omambla. This is a defined territory. Australia again, government, number 3, effective over the territory. Yes, that is why the Biafran governments under USB conduct election in Biafra land in the 3 states of Old Anambra. That is why they celebrate their first anniversary of 1 year of declared United States of Biafra. Are you following? Then capacity to enter into relation with the other countries. A declaration gives you a criteria for you to become a country on your own. Then on that mandate, other countries will come to give you recognition. It is what it is. These are pure truth. I hope we are moving, my people. Now, I will allow you to play fully. In case if you want to record it, you can. After this, we will open our number for call in case if anyone decides to call us to also give his voice into what we are doing. But hold on, after I play this voice, if I want to switch, then you can.
The group that makes a declaration under international law has a significantly greater chance of gaining international support for recognition. Here's a breakdown of why. Legal formalities and international law. International recognition for a new state is primarily a political act, but it is heavily influenced by international law and established practices. The declaring group, a group that makes a declaration under international law, is engaging in the necessary formal step to signal its intent to the world. Signals intent and seriousness. A formal declaration is the standard way for a political entity to assert its claim to statehood. It shows the international community that the group is serious about its claim. Adheres to legal frameworks. By referencing international law, the group shows a willingness to operate within the global system and possibly adhere to criteria for statehood, like the Montevideo Convention. This makes established nations more comfortable with the idea of recognition. Provides a legal basis for discussion. The declaration creates a specific legal and political document that other countries can officially review, debate, and cite when considering recognition. The agitating group, a group that is simply agitating for a new country without a declaration, faces significant obstacles to recognition. Lack of formal claim. Without a declaration, the group's actions are often viewed as internal political unrest, rebellion, or a secessionist movement lacking a clear, formalized endpoint. Uncertainty and instability. Other nations will be hesitant to recognize an entity that hasn't clearly defined its borders, system of government, or commitment to international obligations. Risk of non-interference violations. Recognizing a non-formally declared entity could be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of the parent state, which is a major violation of international law. Criteria for statehood. Montevideo Convention. While not universally binding, the criteria from the 1933 Montevideo Convention are the most widely cited standards for new states. A group with a formal declaration is more likely to use this framework to demonstrate its qualifications. 1. A permanent population. 2. A defined territory. 3. Government. Effective control over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. Sovereignty. A declaration is often used to formally assert that criteria 3 and 4 have been met. Would you like to know more about the Montevideo Convention statehood?
Emmanuel, I ask you, do you want to know more? These are what you're supposed to be doing. The end point is what? Declaration. That means that you have a mission, that you know the road to follow. We are moving in. Our number is open in case if anybody want to call us. The number to call remains plus 973360513337. That is the number you may call if you have something or you want to join us this evening. That's the number to call. Now, We are still on where we are. Now we are going into recognition. Those that they are going to give recognition. Is the IPOB non-declared a new country, or those that made a declaration of a new country? Who are those under the international law that the world has seen as a country, and also they are going to give recognition? We have a phone call before we further go on. Let us give our phone call. Yes, so good evening from here.
Good evening, man.
In fact, good morning, because this is 3 a.m. Good morning from here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good morning.
I just checked the time. Nice. Actually, good morning.
Yes, it's morning.
Good morning from my side too.
You're welcome.
Thank
you so much. Thank you. No, anything, like the Afro land is you. On la way, he won't know him for now.
Yeah, just midnight, almost.
Yeah. How about
after 12 midnight?
Mo wa ge me ya me hu all I met and name na is you. My met akwa mo make you na set 1 hour, 2 hours is you. That is it.
And what a very important topic in a treating now today. It's very, very important. This message you are sending now, you are treating now, this particular topic you are treating now is something that will be coming often.
Yeah.
Honestly. Something that we should be doing often. Because you can see that this thing and that my people perish because of lack of
information or lack of understanding.
Lack of information or because of ignorance.
Ignorance, yeah.
When somebody is ignorant of something, when they wake you see where convince one, except if the person or camera down, lay down, come down to that point that I really want to know or I really want to learn. Then you see this Emmanuel today now, I think from the beginning, Bobby send one message.
Yeah.
It was like sending a volume, a very long message, like somebody that really wants to know.
Yeah.
At a point, the message started diminishing, meaning that to one into his brain.
Yeah.
Is getting value bit by bit. So actually, to be honest, if we have this declaration, there is no way people should undermine that declaration. No way, no how. I like that point here is there. That point I make there. The end point.
Yeah.
The end point. In your Madonna attack, that is the target. When you want to start something, there should be a target. There should be a target you are looking at, that you are looking for, right?
Yeah.
That target is the mission, is your mission. Why you embark on doing that? So this agitation now, IPOB, without mission, is just like wasting of time. Like Master Simon Ekpa used the word making noise.
Honestly.
If we go, just like you said, you rightfully said, all Uchemefo knows about this. Why
Onye
end. We have people, intelligent people, and then Chineke gozi na this our Biafra land. Mano anyukwu ekwuru hatred and a madu allow people that know better to be in the front. When Mazi Simon Ekpa came in, if Okahasi went a barring, but now look at it, that is the template. That was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw in this young man.
Exactly.
Embrace there. Without even hey, now this man with the kid people are just that one. He was only looking at what he has.
And I can hear maybe angwa ka afọ na ata bi n'ike agwara nwoke mmadụ.
Because all the sincere,
Yeah.
because all the genuine.
No envy, no jealousness.
No.
Nothing like I am here before you.
So now, with this thing in this night now, can they see that all this while we are making noise actually? Because that was the word Obatobi used.
Yes, now.
Until we declare our nation.
And look at it. Can then ka where me all the political correctness ha agwa gị na ọbụ civil unrest ka ị na-correct. Oh, you use civil unrest.
Oh, yeah, yes, civil unrest. And that's exactly what it is. You know?
You are disturbing the atmosphere.
Exactly what it is.
You are disturbing the atmosphere, seriously.
You know? So we use that IPOP agitation to gather interest, attention globally. Then
to bring our people together, good number one. That is when you were saying here they can APC party creating awareness. Or just a foundation.
Creating awareness. Sensitization.
The same thing about OBM.
As I got declared this thing, it will not go. It wasn't. I mean, or carry work. In fact, because you cannot go and declare and start sensitizing people. No. Around being the type of people in Biafra.
Yeah.
So that was what IPOP stood for. We may achieve awareness. You understand?
Yes.
So now, as we move to Biafra in exile, government in exile, we may achieve our nation declaration. So now the mission has been accomplished. Casing for finishing touches, engine building.
Yes.
For my comments,
yes.
Engine building. We made the illustration.
The illustration, yes.
It's just like that. If the booze or Totana and the Totana, if you don't one day you are doing something illegal. You have to get the land and then with the Hana Alano Bido Tiwe Olonia Tiwe block on there. You are doing something illegal. You have to process the papers. You have to process the
village, no paper, nothing. Oh, go to and go behind.
Exactly. So people, we are actually in the right track with USB.
99%. I can see I leave that 1% for school card. No, oh, school card be 100. Mother, you have 99. School card be 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can only 99 out of 100. Where's in the house? Oh, can only market for a no go to way.
Exactly now. Exactly. At least 1% haven't go to where you can mark the thing.
Exactly. So yeah, that is that. Biafrans, honestly, Emmanuel, my brother, I don't know, my mom may on a 4-back, on a 4-deep, BRC or the autopilot. For IPOP, wherever, I am sure that you are getting value in this platform tonight or this early morning. You are getting value, but let it not end here. Pass it on to the next person that is confused or that doesn't know about this, pass it on. All of us that are watching now, when you learn this particular thing, because so many people are not listening to this. So you that have the privilege to be here and listen to this raw, please pass it on to the next person. Let it keep moving. Let the gospel keep spreading it, so that so many people will be liberated. Because ihe chọpụtara na-eme people ji eme too much argument is lack of they don't have the information.
Lack of clear information. Lack of clear information.
Yes. Because a question my brother Emmanuel Ujureba Meremji matter that so many people that's the disease now. So all like clear, they will understand better, and it will make a change in the way they reason and think. So my brother Chino, my brother.
Thank you so much, Jelen. Whatever you come, we're always happy, because there must something we must grab from you at least. Okay, we are back. Sorry, the network kicked us away, but we are back. Network should ask when goes here at. So we must continue. We must continue, my people. So we are still on the same track. Oh. Now we are going. After that, we have made a declaration as endpoint of the mission of the agitation, proving to the world, yes, so we are no longer into causing civil unrest. We are no longer into making noise social media. We are no longer disturbing countries. We are only asking you now to grant us recognition as a new country. That is just it. Nothing more than that. So let us go. After this declaration, now, between those that make a declaration, who are those that has a right, legal backup, when it's come to the international global community to give recognition? That is the next headline. We are touching down on it. So enjoy, continue, be with us, so you may understand why we are here and what we are bringing to you. We are bringing it raw to the way it is. I told that the guy name of this page is Bitter Truth. Come and listen to it, even though none of us for now. Listen.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like Ipob to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. Ipob, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. Ipob represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control over a specific geographical area. Not met. The territory, Biafra, remains internationally recognized as part of Nigeria. 3. Effective government. A functional authority capable of exercising internal control and order, without relying on the assistance of foreign powers. Not met. Ipob does not exercise sovereign administrative control, e.g., collecting taxes, maintaining courts, controlling police, over the territory. 4. Capacity to enter relations. The ability to conduct international affairs with other states. Not met. This ability is generally restricted to states recognized by others. The missing link. Without declaring independence and successfully establishing an effective government that exercises control over a defined territory, IPOB remains a non-state actor, a separatist organization, operating within the sovereign jurisdiction of the Nigerian state. 2. The role of a Declaration of Independence. A declaration is crucial because it is the formal legal act that signals the organization's intent to transition from a non-state actor to a state. It creates the legal basis for claiming sovereignty. It is a prerequisite for any other state to seriously consider granting formal recognition. Without it, recognizing the group would be seen as an illegal interference in the internal affairs of a recognized member state, Nigeria. 3. The type of recognition IPOB can achieve. While IPOB cannot achieve formal state recognition without fulfilling the criteria above, its long-term agitation can lead to other forms of international visibility and influence. Type of recognition. What it means. Impact. Political recognition. High-level media attention. Debates in foreign parliaments, and public statements from influential politicians or non-governmental organizations, NGOs. Increases global awareness, putting pressure on the Nigerian government regarding human rights issues and the treatment of the Igbo population. De facto recognition. Not applicable to the state itself, but IPOB can achieve status as an international political movement or a territorial contender. Allows IPOB to lobby at international forums like the UN Human Rights Council and gives its leadership a degree of political legitimacy among the global diaspora. Focus on self-determination. Recognition of the right to self-determination of the people it represents, as outlined in international conventions. This is often the core of their strategy. While international law protects this right, it rarely mandates secession unless the people are under colonial rule or are severely oppressed without meaningful internal political participation. In summary, for IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a Declaration of Independence and then demonstrate that it has effective, long-term control over the claimed territory, thereby meeting the requirements of statehood. Without those steps, its recognition will remain limited to the political and advocacy spheres.
There is area I want you to grab something from. In summary, for IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence. Hey, Emmanuel, are you here with me? And the IPOB, you are claiming they are in exile now because Mazin and Register is in UK. True or false? Emmanuel, are you hearing? In summary, for all this shenanigan group, for all this CRCO, for all this fallback, those that are asking okay dear ihe mwanya ndị agro na achọ ka ha rie anyị n'okwu Biafra ka rie anyị gbakọrọ otu ya egbu anyị mma mmiri or they are possible. The whole world knows that Ngozi Orebeze declared Biafra November 2024 with evidence. Who give order to lower flag of Nigeria? Ngozi Orebeze. To lower the flag down, to make it fully that we are not under Nigeria, that we are on our own as a sovereign state. As IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration, declaration of independence with the name of IPOB as a country, Kobu Biafra. The criteria to go and do it, do they have those who will introduce this to them? Can't choose that you are wasting your time. Believe IPOB, no placards, no protests, no bagari. There might agitation everywhere. Anywhere a declaration. Do you know that agitation under a declaration is more powerful than agitation, all this agitation without declaration? You don't know that? Don't worry. We are going to be reminding you every blessed day, so you may understand it and see the importance of what we are doing. Now, as again, it must first do what? Make execute declaration of independence, and they must demonstrate that there is an effective government. What are the work of this inflexible government? A long-time control over the claimed territory. IPOB, is it a territory? You may ask. Fallback, is it a territory? CRC, is it a territory? Faceless Unite, is it territory? Adandocho, is it territory? Hushemefo, is it a territory? The answer is no. What is a territory? United States of Biafra were declared the 40 states that was being created, that was being nominated as a one of that. One was Ikemba, 2 Odimegu, 3 Omambala, and all of them. I use those as an example so you will know what it means to create a territory. To create this territory, to prove a long-time control, that is why United States of Federal Government conduct election of governor and the deputy in Old Anambra, in Ikemba, in Omambala, and in Odimegu. It's proven that the government are effective, that they are in control of their territory. No matter that, they will also tell you that no matter that after the declaration that a new country territory is under dispute with a present one that is they're moving out from. These are things that we need to know, my people. It's not that way. There is no any other way. It is that the same way of declaration. Whether in exile, whether in an amanfe, anywhere you dey, you must stood up. As you know, you must make execute a declaration of independence and demonstrate effective control, thereby maintaining the requirement of the stakehold. Without this step, its recognition will remain limited to the political and the advocacy of other countries in the world. I will play it again for you. It's not Simon Eba. Obro goes to the president area. Obro declaration of Biafra Keji were there. This is what they call when I said there is an existing protocol. There is an existing criteria that we have to follow. There is a template that's already been laid down. That is what United States of Biafra declared governments are working with. Remember that our line still remain open in case you want to call us. It's open. We did not close the line. We must continue. Listen again.
This is a complex question at the heart of international law and separatist movements. The short answer is no, not in the traditional sense of recognition as a sovereign state. International recognition of a new country, statehood, is based on established legal criteria that are difficult, if not impossible, for a non-state organization like IPOB to meet without a formal declaration of independence and, critically, without effective control over a defined territory. Here is a breakdown of why and what kind of recognition they might achieve. 1. The requirements for statehood, Montevideo Convention. Under the prevailing international law theory, the declarative theory, as codified in the 1933 Montevideo Convention, an entity must possess the following criteria to be considered a state. Requirement. Explanation. IPOB, agitation status. 1. Permanent population. A stable community of people. Met. IPOB represents the Igbo people. 2. Defined territory. Control
Emmanuel,
over
are you
a specific
listening?
geographical area. Not
Emmanuel, are you listening? Or anytime you listen to this program, just calm yourself down. It's not about any other person. It's about the reality, the truth that we must execute. It's about the criteria for you to become a new country, for you to end agitation, for you to know that it's things that you have to do. It's not about agitation. No, it's not about what agitation. It's about the end point. The end point is what? official declaration of the new country that we seek for, that this our declaration gives the other countries power to interfere into the matter, to ask Nigeria, why are you keeping why did you sentence Mazin and the Kano? Like I said, tomorrow morning, we are going to go into three in one of how our words, our declaration can serve Mazin and the Kano, how recognition can serve Mazin and the Kano, how our 1 year anniversary can serve Mazin and the Kano. You don't know these things are under this international law, they all have their role they are playing. And my happiness is that the government that we have right now are maintaining these criteria. They are working towards it. They are not shying away. They are on 99 right track of Biafra to become a full sovereign state, to become a full country in this entire continent, that we will stand on our own. That is what is giving me joy. When I sit down to read and checkmate all these things, I feel so excited. Please, as you join us, please like and share the program, please. There is a 3 dots in front of you. Click on that 3 dots. You will see like. Also, keep your comments coming, because their comment encourages us, and from there we also learn, because we are here to learn every day. That is how it is. Please, let us see 1 or 2 again about, after declaration, who are those that are going to organize. IPOB can never be recognized as a country in the world without official declaration, whether they call it Biafra as a country, like we call the Megboju. What the government of Biafra did is that try to put that name where it's going to be sweet into the mouth of every human being to mention. After US, it becomes USB, United State of what? Biafra. It's also proof how united we are. It's now that you have effective governments after our declaration. So if there is no declaration, the difficulties for you to be a new country is like using your leg from Nigeria to walk down to South Africa, even if it's even better safe. You know how passing desert it is. That one is a child's play to compare to what we are doing right now. The new country called United States of Biafra that was re-declared have overmet all the criteria of the international global community. That is why we are calling on the entire continent to. You have a call. Yes, so you call back. Thank you so much. Take it
Yeah, I
from here.
called back. To respond to this, Emmanuel, when they hear the result is something is not enough.
Yeah.
This particular thing, the river, I just want to clear it. He just wrote there, you, Chino, is kicking. Why are you kicking against IPOP and others? I don't know. Were you not here listening to what Chino was playing there? Were you not there listening to what Chino was playing? Who is kicking those groups? Who is kicking against them? The international law, what Chino read here, and the voice he played here now, have told you any group that is still agitating without endpoints. Let me use the word without declaration. It's just a mere
political movement that are causing civil unrest. Civil unrest.
Civil unrest. You are
They
just
also
causing
call it.
civil unrest.
They also call it rebel. Rebel
Yes,
group.
that's the
Secession.
one I was looking for. Exactly. You see, that was exactly what IPOP represents. All the, starting from 20 whatever they started up until 2024 or 2020 what? I'm more 2021 or any time
Their movement ended. Everything ended on 2024, November 29, after our declaration. That is where everything ends. No, because that is
anyway,
end point.
yeah,
That is end point.
Yes, anyway, exactly. We leave it for them.
Yeah.
We leave it for them that they continued up until 29th of November 2024. That's their own end, because this particular declaration have taken over. So that is so superseded everything any group want to name now.
Also, I think in the earlier beginning when I withdraw for can go, I want to grow now. Also now that a declaration ends every group. That every group agitating is under the declaration that no more agitation.
Exactly.
That declaration ends agitation. Now
exactly.
that when it ends agitation,
So,
you now go into diplomatic, legal, and political.
And that's exactly what USB is doing now with all the documents generated from that declaration. So, Emmanuel, nobody is kicking against.
No.
No. Where did you get that word, that statement? Where did you get? What are you thinking? Kicking against who? Nobody. But the international template now have done what? Done so.
It's a time they are correcting us from our errors for us to move forward. That was simply me.
I still want to take you back to a video. Mazi Simon made. All those groups, you are making noise.
Exactly.
Until we declare this USB, we declare our nation. Otherwise, until we declare and generate all because that declaration is what will give us all those documents.
Yes.
Legal documents that we will use now to seek for recognition. So until then, you are making noise on social media. And maybe you are a hater of Mazi Simon Eba. Maybe you are a hater of Mazi Simon Eba. Now, can't you follow the international law
process?
That is exactly the international template, the process to getting this nation, this freedom. There is a process, international legal way to get this thing. One of them is you must declare your nation. That will show that you have an end point. That will show that you have a mission, that you are not there to constitute nuisance, that you are not there just to agitate, that you have a mission of having your own country. Until you declare, that's when international community knows that you are serious.
Give me a minute. Let me do something that I want to explain to Emmanuel. Let me read here. In summary, for IPOB to gain formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence and demonstrate that there is effective government.
You see?
For IPOB to gain effective government, for them to gain a formal international recognition as a country, it must first execute a declaration of independence. Niwu na ga-emerịrị declaration.
Must. It's not a matter of, it's not optional. It's a must.
It's a must. Then the kind of recognition IPOB enweta. No what's nke ahụ ọ na-enweta nke ọ ga-eji ndị ụwa ga-eme ya na-ele ya so na self determination. n'ikpeazụkwa na ọ ga-eje mee official must declaration onwe n'isi ka ihe na-atara afọ nta na-abụ ịbịakwa na-eme ka ndị ụwa mara na ya a na-akpọ gị IPOB wanyị mebe nna but onwekwa ntara ụta ahụ because na maazị Amanụ bịara mepee m nwa anya mgbe na-ejizi ya batara ọ na-ekwu about
that's why m dey take ikwe easy to Emmanuel ịma ọ wụrụ before na ama akpọwana ya
no onweze m na-adọ nkọwasị gị ọ bụrụ na ọ kwe gị ịghọta adịnọ na-akọwara gị nna-agwa gị ji esaachị ya n'onwe gị nwa ka ị mara ma ihe a na-agụ ma dịkwa na ịntanetị nke gị ahụ n'eziokwu onye nnekwa eme ya na-egosi gị na my phone ka ị na-afụgo ntị otu nske ya scroll ya down gwara ka o dee gị anya ihe abụọ ọkwa n'okwu obu okwu Simon Ekpa obu okwu Ngozi Orabueze obu okwu Nnamdi Kanu kama Nnamdi Kanu gọtara okwu a na-agwakwa gịwa na onwe gị na a time will come when Biafra people will give a mandate to make a declaration or to form a government that are going to make a decision of a new country called Biafra.
Yes.
I am bringing this to you and I go for again. I can work and I be able to go in here. Mobi Henton, I don't remember here after a kime, call Webo na Biafra. No, Gabe country. Ki we want again in recognition. No, in help.
Yes. Here require from you to be free.
You can do onye nwe ajija akwụkwọ. Onye nwe ajija akwụkwọ emechiri tem, nwa ga-eji akwado akwụkwọ. Na akwado for next term. Ọ bụ ị na-ebido mgbe ebido na-azụkọsị ihe na-edokwabara ya n'ụlọ ọkụ ya. Ọkwa ihe abụ criteria ka ọ wee jee school ọkụ ya.
Enwere very good example chọrọ inye na nke ha na ndị na-achọ ịjakpa.
Yes.
Okay. Onye aga embassy. When you get now, you get all the required documents, any way, and wherever they there, these are the required documents
for traveling
for you to go and apply for that visa.
Yes.
When Ofune miss there, you are getting nowhere.
Exactly.
Ofune miss there, you are getting nowhere. You have to go. You have to go and get all the possible required documents so they need. You must tender it. This is exactly what it means. So this declaration, almost, and even application, and when I'm saying optional, apply for this particular declaration. It's not an option. It's not an option. I say ni werike or ni weike. I say it's a must.
It's a must that you must make a declaration.
So, my brother Emmanuel, that's all I can tell you. Master, come here with your worries.
That is why we are saying after every talk ya eti aka n'ime. So you want raising the other about got search here on your phone, the man new internet.
So now everybody will Biafran still on at your freedom. Not on the aim. You are in for this freedom. You don't want one Nigeria. Hearing this will make you to know that even when a group declare this thing, first step to have a nation, all of you must come and rally around. They rally around this particular one who declare go. Finally move out.
When we got a commission, Alazine Ban, or the other not name, Aloshana ama, Ebruna Nobi.
Look at it. Look at it this way. I can quickly make declare. For that, only cause on the short because all their attitude, all the way they talk, the way everything they are doing now shows that for them to be doing what they are doing. I don't know why some will be saying a declare 29. Then I say a declare 32nd. Then cause I say a declare.
When the evidence or declare so declare. Imana, ofi ndị mmadụ ga-ama na ahụ ọ bụrụ na enwere ka Ngozi Rabara si laghachi azụ ya ekweta ma declaration a ga-eme arrest. Ọ Ngozi ga-eme ọ bụ any other person. Onye declare on second ka ga-eme arrest. So and ya ka kwuru na enwe ndị na-claim ọkwa sị na oke adịrị ihe onye mụ anya. Ka ezi ka ụmụ oke nke a siri si achọ ka ha were ihe onye mụ anya ihe onye declare ya nọ ndụ nọ ya outside. Na change the narrative. Who are you? And ndị mmadụ anaghị eche echiche o. Ịmakwana I open to ndị a na-eso oge nkere bụ nwoke a ha jiri eme interview. Briafu nke bụ eziokwu erie mbọmbọ. Ọkwa na ekwu ya na ihe mere na congressmen ekwe eme oge nkere address na ndị otu ya bụ na half na oge nkere na West Side na ọsabụ ka ọ bụ. Na oge nkere abụọ ya declare Biafra. And na-enwe document o ji n'aka because oge nkere ha tried everything ka ha ọ bụrụ na oge nkere frowe oge esikpọbụ Ngozi Rabara na Finland were document ọ kara ime otu o si wee change document ọbata obi na gbasara bridge. So all these things is an eye opener. Ekwu m ya mgbe na oge a interview na program kwuo sị na ite na-agba ụzọ akwụkwọ. When that man now find out na kwa nke bụ eziokwu gịnị meziri. And the one about life is that truth will always prevail at last.
At last, exactly.
Truth must come at last. And once it comes, it takes his place. And the Bachodo every other thing. Look at that man today. Look at that man today, championing USB.
If for how joyful, since you know get carried on, now for that excitement in
No, now.
Within the document, the real deal. If for how excited, how bright all they
So, in our question about eye opener to Nila.
Oge nkere na-eme ya na wonder na ndị ọmakwa ihe ha chọrọ.
Exactly.
Ihe na interview mere oge nkere. He was there wondering, calling the attention of
oge nkere. Imagine ihe oge nkere kare uga the man la-agọzi oge nkere.
So, I don't know where you belong to, Emmanuel. I don't know where you belong to. Do you belong to Ogenkere? You belong to IPOB. You belong to CRC. I just don't know. But all I can tell you is this. So long as you have had it from the horse's mouth or we be international community, that's what we are following. That's what every country declare. The template they followed is the international law.
All the template. All those are not. Ozi iwu na ị ga-efolo edebere gị one aka njem na-agwa ka ije type on your phone gị asị gị na ihe eje na Vienna Convention as amended in 1978. That is number one. Number two, ị ga-eje na Geneva Convention as amended at last time 1949. Ị ga-eje di ya. Ị ga-eje na Montevideo Convention as amended last 1933. Ị ga-eje na UN Charter. These are four. You got the template. These are four constitutional body you must carry on. Exactly. When it comes to self-determination, it's about UN. When it comes to criteria to be a member of the UN, it's about UN Charter. When it comes to the stakehold about a new country, it's about the Montevideo Convention. When it comes to the criteria of security and the things that you have to do for you to get recognition, it's given a Geneva Convention 1949. When it's come to the countries that are going to recognize you and things that you have to satisfy to be a country, it's given a Vienna Convention 1978. This is where the template is. Research into all these laws. If you hand in a court in social media, I'll be like by now. Go on.
But but anyway, thank God you are there already. You are doing it. But you have to bend down and learn it. Yeah, like I said, all ignorance may make some people joke. I can see it now.
Yeah.
So one thing for sure is this: it is a must that you have to declare your nation.
That was the first thing.
For you not to.
First thing.
Yes, that's the first step. for you not to be seen as a nuisance or as a rebel or another one
civil unrest civil unrest na
okay. or seen as a political
a male political party movement party movement.
Because the man IPOP na turn this thing. They were just at the venture of using IPOP to do political pressure group.
Ya ngine oyam na obata obi eju afa ha onyere ha IPOB political pressure of one Nigeria.
Exactly. They have started bargaining for that too.
Yes, because example maybe ifro mgbe e na-ekwu ọhaneze ndị Igbo agwa gị na ọ bụrụ inyekwa Peter Obi presidency ha ga-eje ndị Biafra ifuga ọ bụgo political pressure. Ijizi ya otu and not si were yes otu and not si Boko Haram now na threaten them mad the same thing ko go on.
Yes Soludo kwuru that time na ha talk on to IPOP
leaders
na ha ekwetene to work with them. So you see, they were just doing their own thing, forgetting to follow the international way of getting a nation. Now, it is obvious now that USB government is doing the right thing. The best thing for everybody known as a Biafran man or woman, to do is to join that particular one that is getting it right. That is all. The way no nonsense no amamu no mgbe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu pụtara ka o bidokwa ego gwa lenu ya na ifugo ya na. So that's why you don't have to hang this freedom. Anything called freedom should not be hanged on one person's head. Anything can happen. A call of nature. That one is inevitable. You can't stop it. When it comes, you can't stop. Okay, how about if it's that one? Call of nature. It's inevitable. So, the most stupid people on earth only get away that onye no n'ime giga na-eche until ya pụta ya burukwe giga wakwa. I wonder how you think then. So now the group who move going already, they declare nation. Everybody must rally around that group and support it. That government is the government that is getting it right, doing what is required. International law says it.
Our people.
That you must declare your nation. Then you start attracting what? Recognition.
Exactly.
So, onye chọkwara ịghọta ya onye na-achọkwa ịghọta ya, like I said, every Maazị Nnamdi Kanu said it, Maazị Simon Ekpa said it. You don't need all of us to get freedom. No.
Yes. No. Yes.
Exactly.
Among all the members of the US, I'm looking for 100 men to go and get Biafra. Even men, I'm looking for men. That's when we start asking questions. So does he mean they want a man or none? Kita ko does Rianya.
Ema ihe ikwuru na-eme na m chetekwa one thing again mbatakwara ka m kwuo. Some of these people from IPOB and they fall back, they are looking at Wodo. I don't know. And whenever you know that your army must be up and doing in your territory, and whenever you will have a defined army. Yes. Protecting that's defending your land. But that doesn't mean that you should be going for war. No, that Wodo time is gone. The most important thing now is diplomatic what?
Movement. The
That's
diplomatic
all.
movement, legal process.
That's all.
In fact, political that is why even then I say go to the best is a politician.
Mm.
Or when he na no here ya bogna anything about this new country is all about politics. Object na no from day one till today.
And that is it.
It's
That is
about
it.
politics. It's not
That
what
is
we think.
it. I know I saw you a politician.
Eh.
Yes, they are the people we need at this stage
If
now.
you are not
One
a
day,
politician,
go use or building.
yeah,
Building, and they wear plumber.
yes.
And they all the carpenter.
Enwe plumber, enwe carpenter, enwe mason,
Yes.
enwe ndị na-awụ concrete, enwe electrician, enwe onye paint, otu a ka ọ dị.
Exactly. Steji ọwụ na-eruru ndị nke ọzọ ebe gị na-enyefe ndị ahụ nwere ọwụ steji ha abịabịa mee the thing. This particular time I know now, politicians we need.
Exactly.
Thank
you so much, Mother. Thank you so much. Let us summarize because we'll come back very early in the morning again. We'll come back to Biafran time. Thank you so much. Listen, my people. This is not about propaganda. The reality is, let us face the reality. Let us face that truth that many of us are running away from. Let us come to that understanding. Let us come to that place that the world are looking at us and we are not serious. Let us prove to them that we are not making noise. Let us prove to the world that we are not causing civil unrest. Why? How can we prove that thing? Standing on the mandate of declared of United States of Biafra. That is the only way. No other way around. And standing on this is what will bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Rahman of Bangladesh, they give him what? They sentence him with death. Death sentence what they give on him. He spent 1 year after they have sentenced him. The recognition of Bangladesh as a country bring him out. Their 1 year anniversary of Bangladesh, I'll give it to you so you know what it means first, or how important are they for our declare for that particular 1 year anniversary. The world are watching. The international community are not reason like you and I because of what they have studied everything, put it on writing, and hide it away from you, that you may do not know you are right, because they know that Igbo, that Nigerian people are not good to research. We want quick action. We want to do it in our own way. It's also part of our problem. We also want to prove, oh, I am the highest man. If it's not from me, another person is a bad person. No, leave that from your mind. Let's face this particular reality that is in front of you. That only what? Only our declaration is the only option. That is the last option. Our second declaration is a must for you to become a country. That you must make official declaration. Without this official declaration, I am telling you, you go nowhere. What? You go nowhere. Yes, sorry. My phone hang up. They block me. I don't know whether it's network or attack. I can't see messages. Sorry. Hey, people are here. I cannot even see all of them. I don't see any messages anymore from my real gadget. It's only when I end this one I used to present all this. Is when you can see. I can see message very well. Question goes either you are from fallback or from IPOB or no whatever. So those that they are actually identify group there. So you are not even listening to this I am doing. I told you, drop your envy, drop your jealousness, drop your hater. That hatred inside you, drop it. And this is the reality. Drop it, my brother. Face reality. This is what we are lacking. This is what we are doing. It's not about shouting woto woto. It's not about all those shouts that we were doing under IPOB. My brother, this one now, is it from Gozi? I think that any group also cry, bro. So for now, how they are those that met the official declaration. They are the one that the world are going to organize. Only they are new here, my brother. Let me bring a word from our brother. Biafra is a dos. And the only here, when you remove that hatred into your life, when you remove that propaganda, come and hear the bitter truth. That's what I do here. I don't do star saga here. I don't propaganda here. I give it to you raw. And they know that the truth always come at last. That is where we are right now. That is why I am ditching all this information out to you so you may understand it. Eh? Look at among 36 likes we have so far. So you are only the one, your comment is different. And then in the Muslim movement, I know not those who has majority are those that vote to God's to. Emmanuel, can't you repent? Why are you Judas among 36? Only you is the Judas. Emmanuel, why is it only you that have a different comment from every other person? That is when I told you remove your hatred. Look at the question you ask. What is that thing you ask here? What is that question you ask? Okay. Which group is a territory? Which group is a territory? Please explain. A group a territory. A territory United States of Biafra declared the 40 states. Do you know now under IPOB now the question AJ challenge Mazan Kano every time show us your map, show us your territory. Is it not true? And today, the Biafra under Simon Tongo Zarabeze has answered that question. They are no longer asking, show us the map, show us the territory. The only question I hear the now, why they consult Wani? You did not consult me. You will not by force into your Biafra. Emmanuel. Okay, Megan or Lemran or Le. Just think of it. Open to a KJ Liba and Kunadio. Open to a Yamasiade. If you want an election, majority will carry the vote. Out of 36 like, so say Emmanuel, Bonnie a different question. So say a different idea. You see, that is always working. For those that are Biafra by force, you have only one vote. Emmanuel, now if the Biafran people are going, they ask us to vote. If vote only equal to USB, they are declared. Or you can vote. Does it matter what that one you have vote? Now let's assume actually this 37 likes saying right now to judge the issue of Biafra. Only have one vote to hear game. Only have one comment here that is abnormal game, Emmanuel. Oh, when you game now. Oh, what to hear so more one agaga. It gets those are winning. Okay, Gragana. Shiamaka Jere Gragana. Na useless majority flow goes over with another Rama. But in the eyes of the international community, in the eyes of every other thing, majority carries the word vote. Emma, repent now. Just use this 37 likes. Everyone right now. Raise your compare near being right now. Money in a day, Gameka wa funny ihu akwama. Focha comment daily la half on together. How getting together, man able rebel. This is like a Judas among us here. Happen Judas say, no wood or bargain, my brother. Emmanuel, forget this Judas say, no wood or bargain. Eh? Imam Maduabo now we're gonna use this majority flow goes to our best. You can't do things that the majority are useless. So why that in the eyes of every election, in the eyes of every movement, that majority carries the vote? Keziko Oku as you were phone will change here, my brother. Keziko Oku as you were phone will change here. Of course, you can't win them, enjoy them. Emmanuel, are you winning on these comments and make here right now? Or okay, I can show you when I point water. None I didn't hear. Jono my brother. Charaka Moga did go. Need answer potato when I be in age. Now in hand on after course. Never know get Maggie Van Nanya. The Christian idea. I work in a Bala United States of Biafra because you were sleeping when we make our official declaration of the United States of Biafra. And then I work a Manel. The only group I recognize that group made a declaration of a new country. Now, I will not go into demonstrate to read this particular one. Let me give you another one. Because I always prepared before you see me on social media. There's another one I want to find and give to you, Emmanuel. About group 1 and group 2. Kenopa. Potaba knows how they ever do on age. Hold on, can you cause Jabuzi, Kenuzi Health Haku. Keman and Ebi, you know, let me find about group 1 and group 2. Hold on. I pray that not the very close. The deeper research will shoot to down. Because the nigga head na phone. Every na phone na dog easy. Hey God. It's here now. Hold on. I want to get a address like group 1 and group 2. Who are those fighting for the leader release? And the end of the game. Hold on. Let me I'm looking for it. I am looking for it. The leader release. Let me see. Hold on. One name. Emmanuel, come close. Listen. Oh yeah, listen, Emmanuel.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty. Why this is the better option? Political utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them. Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, "We release your figurehead if you agree to this deal." Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing. The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future. Example, leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed before India's independence in 1947. They were consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution. 2. The leader arrested without declaration. This leader, Leader B, is fighting for a new country, but the movement has never made a formal declaration of independence, or the government does not acknowledge its existence. Why this is the less certain option? Legal stigma. The leader is generally seen by the detaining state purely as an internal criminal, traitor, terrorist, or domestic insurgent. Because there is no formal declaration of statehood, even an unrecognized one, the government has less political incentive to treat the leader as a head of a potential sovereign entity. Political motivation for release is weak. The government has less to gain by releasing them, as it can claim that releasing them would only encourage other internal criminal acts or insurrections. A release must be driven by external pressure, international human rights groups or other states, rather than by the necessity of a peace treaty with a defined new state. The struggle continues to be seen as internal. The lack of a declaration allows the detaining state to successfully frame the issue as a matter of internal security, making it harder for international actors to intervene and force a political solution. Conclusion. The power of intent. The act of making a declaration of independence, even if unrecognized, transforms the leader's fight from a domestic criminal conspiracy into an international political conflict concerning the right to self-determination. Feature: Leader A, arrested before declaration. Leader B, no declaration. Legal status: former citizen fighting for a new state, easier to pardon as a political settlement. Internal criminal/insurgent, harder to justify release/pardon. Release motivation: high. Release is the key confidence-building measure needed to start the official, historic negotiations for separation. Low. Release is seen as purely political weakness, unless compelled by extreme external pressure. Best option: political solution/amnesty. Pardon, commutation, requires more domestic leverage or human rights pressure. The timing of the arrest, before the declaration, sets the stage for the most favorable political outcome. The leader becomes the indispensable negotiating partner required to sign the peace deal.
Emmanuel, I hope you are still here. Now, do you see where I achieved you to? It doesn't ask whether group 1 or group 2. Na nke bụ the best bụ nke ahụ mere declaration. One, now, I refer you to Magahandi of India. Are you listening, my brother? Because history must repeat. Now, in the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, na ndị nyekwara ya best option, best solution and everything ebokwa ndị nke a mere declaration na ha ewepụga afia na just a common criminal, terrorist, insurgency, rebel and all these names being called. Ema ina anụkwa na onwe gị nwa. Oyibo the very hard from them. It's not. That is why we must, that's why I told you, the most important thing na ikwesi idna about Ngozi Orabueze for standing up, making this official declaration of United States of Biafra. Let me play it again. This program support, this is that program I'm supposed to do in the morning. Because I want to come in from that declaration to recognition and how it serves Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. As again, even though that the declaration last recognition, no na any declaration, manenwetebeha international recognition. Na India home declaration, Bundi serve that leader, Maria onwe respect, change his status into legal of international interference. Manandi nke abụ nke IPOB no onye kwaya chance even to pardon him at all after convicting him. Emmanuel, let me play it again. Also, if anyone wish to call to help us to analyze, you are free to call.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing.
Law and
Between a
historical
leader
timing.
arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the
Yes.
leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty. Why this is the better option? Political utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by
We know here this.
motive. The release can be
Oh,
offered
yeah,
as the
because
primary
I'm not
incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, "We release your figurehead if you agree to this deal." Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing. The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future. Example, leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed before India's independence in 1947.
Are you hearing
They were
this?
consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution. 2. The leader arrested without declaration. This leader, Leader B, is fighting for a new country, but the movement has never made a formal declaration of independence, or the government does not acknowledge its existence. Why this is the less certain option? Legal stigma. The leader is generally seen by the detaining state purely as an internal criminal, traitor, terrorist, or domestic insurgent. Because there is no formal declaration of statehood, even an unrecognized one, the government has less political incentive to treat the leader as a head of a potential sovereign entity. Political motivation for release is weak. The government has less to gain by releasing them, as it can claim that releasing them would only encourage other internal criminal acts or insurrections. A release must be driven by external pressure, international human rights groups or other states, rather than by the necessity of a peace treaty with a defined new state. The struggle continues to be seen as internal. The lack of a declaration allows the detaining state to successfully frame the issue as a matter of internal security, making it harder for international actors to intervene and force a political solution. Conclusion. The power of intent. The act of making a declaration of independence, even if unrecognized, transforms the leader's fight from a domestic criminal conspiracy into an international political conflict concerning the right to self-determination. Feature. Leader A, arrested before declaration. Leader B, no declaration. Legal status, former citizen fighting for a new state, easier to pardon as a political settlement. Internal criminal/insurgent, harder to justify release/pardon. Release motivation. High. Release is the key confidence-building measure needed to start the official, historic negotiations for separation. Low. Release is seen as purely political weakness, unless compelled by extreme external pressure. Best option. Political solution/amnesty. Pardon, commutation, requires more domestic leverage or human rights pressure. The timing of the arrest, before the declaration, sets the stage for the most favorable political outcome. The leader becomes the indispensable negotiating partner required to sign the peace deal.
I hope we are hearing it. We are not forcing anybody. But look at the situation here now. It doesn't matter who make a declaration. And Obro Nangozi Arabueze and fight for Biafra. Or Mare Buku Mazen and the can. Because the leader may introduce Maze, Simon Ebanjoko. But because of you understand that this is the main man, these two people are fighting for one thing. Their all has been taken away. I've taken away of two of them. What will serve them for them to release, to grant amnesty, to be pardoned is war. That is why I told you that United States of Biafra is the only pardon of Mazen Nangama Simon Eba. Go and check history. That is why they refer you to India, 1947 and 1945. What transpired? I don't know where our people are getting their information from. Because of we lack all this information. That is why Emma is commenting that trash is commenting there. Do you see why a declaration is very important? The declaration, do you see why it's important? Do you see how it saved the life? Emma, I hope you are still listening. Eh? Did you hear here not saying stop armed struggle and they apply political and the diplomatic movement process? For you, after the declaration, you stop what? You stop why? Because in idiosia, it's not about to get you the diplomatic movement, legal, political. These are the three criteria you have to go. Then you can be able to get what recognition. I hope you are here. I hope you are listening. And I hope you are getting this information clearly. Listen, Mazen Nande Kanu and Simon Eba. What saves two of them, keep them alive today? Nigeria could have a choose option of Pakistan that give Rahman death sentence. Our declaration stop here, and our declaration, for the international global community to come and intervene into our matter. That is why Africa Organization now is talking about Biafra. That is why UN, EU, everybody is talking about Biafra as a solution to what is happening in Nigeria right now. That is no longer internal affair of Nigeria. Okweno kana agwa here. Na ha ga release ya maazị Nnamdi Kanu ma ọ bụ na ọ bụ declaration. Na ha release ya na ha na-enye ndị ọzọ ga-akpọ ụdị agba ahụ leverage to go on and do what they want to do. Imam, my brother, are you hearing this? And I hope you are with us. Let us tell ourselves truth, Emma. I hope you are asking that group who made declaration now has saved the leader's life. Now man na afuzi as a common criminal. Otu o Nigeria se afama as Nnamdi Kanu. Now man na afuzi as a terrorist leader. Otu o Nigeria se afama as Nnamdi Kanu under the name of IPOB. Now man na afia as rebel. Otu o Nigeria se afia. Now man na afia as an insurgency. Otu o Nigeria se afia under IPOB. Now see him under the declaration, he becomes an international affair of every country who has interest. Emma, for how long? As I told you, come here to read information. Drop your envy, drop jealousness, drop, hey, I hate him, I don't like this group. No. It's no longer. Now we are no longer into a group of anything. We are into what? A declaration of unity of Biafra ends is the end of any group claiming agitation or the fighting for Biafra, because the declaration is a highest document that supersedes agitation. Ima come and listen. Biagbo nwoge eziokwu na ntị na anya dị haka drawn. Mgbe ntị na anya dị haka drawn bụ iwure envy, jealousness and hatred wee bata n'ime ya na-eme. Then man mgbe ntị ya na anya haka drawn manuzi. Emma, I rushed to check. Let me know if you're still on comment section, but I could not see your comment anymore. Nobody is insulting anybody here, because we want to bring out the facts and figures under this document. There's even another one I'm looking for. I am looking for the other one. Have it too. The group that make a declaration and those that did not make a declaration, who will get international recognition, who will draw the attention of the international recognition. Do you know that now that Biafra has been declared, nobody will give IPOB attention anymore? Emma? Nobody will give, nobody is going to give the attention to what? To IPOB, because it is illegal. But declaration of the unity of Biafra is legal. Emma one name. Forget Yan Yahana Korono. Forget Yano Biafra in our own idea. Forget Yania. Carry on, join the truth that Biafra has already been declared, Emma. That declaration serves you, serves master, serves everybody to live a better life. Come here, we have a lot to give to you. The same way you feel is the way I was feeling before. Until I come to research by myself, until I start asking questions, until I start paying attention. Then what happens? Then I begin to learn. Then I begin to understand. That's why you can see me here today, bringing the real message to you. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and the one arrested in the threat without a declaration, the leader arrested before declaration generally has a better option for release under political solution or pardon after declaration of the new country. After the declaration, he has a better option. The key difference lies in the political utility and the legal reframe of the leader's past action. The leader arrested before declaration. The leader A, if you go to Ekuyema, how was the leader A who was arrested while fighting for a new country, but they were taken into custody before the movement made a formal public declaration of public claim of sovereignty. What are these? They said, why this is the best option, Emma? The declaration is the best option. Political utility, the government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them because of the word, the declaration of the new country, of that particular declaration. Motive, the release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter recognition or negotiation. Stop the armed struggle. Stop armed struggle after the declaration. And agree to a formal peace, diplomatic, political, and legal. The government can say, we release you, forge ahead if you agree to the peace deal. Now, that's Nanyamana and Baziegbe, the government has already been doing that. That is why our organization is just like a tip of iceberg. Go and check, my people. Are you not hearing it here? This leader, Group A, that the leader was taken in before the declaration, the way Mazen Nandekano, Mazen was taken in. And the opponent they have taken, a woman stood up and make a declaration to set them. And you are here messing up. And you are here not standing on the right track of the movement. That is why we are bringing this raw message to you, so you may understand and see why the declaration is Nandekano is another savior. Declaration is the everlasting savior for Mazen Nandekano, Simon Ekpa, that is in detention, and including me. The declaration of the United States of Biafra is the savior. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another savior. Now holy, holy. Declaration is another savior. Back at the game was leaving me right now. The game has entered na holy, holy. Declaration is another savior by Ngozi Orabeze. Awu eziokwu ibi ogu. Awu eziokwu ina emeka yasi na yamaze eziokwu. Ikpe mo eziokwu aka azụ ụdị ya. Mana nke ya ihe ndị ahụ na-akọ bụ ihe asụ na ikpe mo eziokwu aka azụ dị. Ụmụ aka azụ comment ga ihe ndị does not get any information because it is one man, one vote. It's not more than that. We must understand the level where we are and things we have to do for us to get what we are looking for. Please, if you are joining us, there is a 3 dots in front of your own. Click in front of your phone. Sorry, click on that 3 dots. You will see like and share. Please just give us like. The order that is the highest thing you can do here. Give us like so others know that we are live and we are direct. Please like and share the program. This platform where I called nickname Bitter Truth is what I am bringing out to you. That is what I do here. That is what I want to present to you. You have had this here. Now, based option of Mazen Nandekano is what? Real declaration of United States of Biafra. We set him free. Under that, Skage negotiate. Under that, Skage grant a pardon. Olawazie, Gazie, maintain all the new country and declare in a peaceful way, not into armed struggle anymore. Umokoko, in a show woto. Ejiho woto organization. Oh, yeah, Mutuko Moko Jukuji welfare now. Yaka Britain, England, London, Juwegwa, Sweden, either organize your now, when Oga Tono everywhere, scatter everywhere. Also, the lies they told African people also. A part of the lies they told Africa. Now, Biafra as a country, they bring many war into Africa and into the world. Go and find out. Just type on your phone, why was Biafra failed? Why did Biafra not receive international recognition from the international community? Just type it on your phone. It's the answer. If we are going right now. Now, Simba. No, they care what? Now, around 3 years, the Habro country. Now, Haga Chopo. Now, they create more war into Africa, into the world. No one has sustained 3 years without proper ammunition. That once they become a country, no Jew and no country from Europe recognized Biafra in 1960 to 1970. This is a pure fact and figure that you must know. Check. So, like I said, we have been touching. Why I am not explaining deep is that this is the things that we are going to touch tomorrow. Once we are live. Once we come live tomorrow morning. Because tomorrow morning we are not going to come in the night. It will come in the morning. I want you to see everything. To understand it clearly. So you can be able to identify yourself. You can be able to stand on the existing protocol of the international global community. As a drop or arm struggle. Drop what. Go diplomatical, political, legal. This is what we draw attention of the international community for them to grant recognition. Then, as now when you try, they did not, then you pick up arm. But the after declaration, everywhere should be piped down. A foyon or joy. The word I found in a neighbor a violent man. You have monopoly of violence. Come on, monopoly of violence. Come on, a peaceful country that will sign agreement and maintain on the peace agreement of the world, of other countries in the world. How simply mean. So my people, we're going to end it. This is 4:40 morning here to have a rest. After that, then we may come back. Emmanuel, you will not repent because of one penta n'ime. Ana work na doesn't mean ana work whether is it group A or group B. Na here Bible you get marry a declaration. This is an international law. Okwa gwara nga ebe ihe na agusi Emmanuel. Agwa nga go and read Geneva Convention. Type on this your phone iji n'aka na chat him right now Emmanuel. Type Geneva Convention 1949 about having a new country. Type Montevideo Convention 1933. That was last time Emily amended. Type it. Emma. It has no meaning. I am not insulting anybody. I am not defending anybody. But I am giving you the truth that I was not the one who put it down here. Why are you shying away from the truth, Emma? Look at it right now, Emma. This is midnight or early morning from some people. Everybody that are busy, people are sleeping, Emma. I ain't 38 like. So sorry in a different comment. Out of 38. Emma, open up election kind of right now. Or ne win ubediage. Emma, you have been won. Only given a vote, mark 37 vote once. I also gave vote to one place. If they are, look at it, my brother now. Out of 12 apostles, when do that? I am giving you what they put down for you. Whether you were a group or L, whether you were a group B, whether the organization of this or organization of that, that what is the most important, what is the primary assignment is what? Declaration of a new country. Emma, thank you, Jelewan. We are good to go without you. Emma, look at Emma. Just a common question. Emma, out of 38 like, you are only a different human being here. What does this signify into your mind? Ihe njikwa na-eme ya group maka anti USB. We search bia enyezie gị ya ọtarizie in the name of USB ebe egbo. Mgbe anyị si no ihe hydrate tinye. Mgbe ihe ga-apụrụ n'ọbụ na ya edere ihe tinye ebe anyị ma. Na kwa ya na-agụzi ihe mba ụwa dere. Mgbe na otu esi nweta Biafra ya na anyị na-ekwu okwu ya. Ikekwa na amagharị. Ikekwa na ekwe n'obi na-akọ inyo. For how long? Ka ya akọba ihe ya na-akọ. And the international community be go comment ya go nke ndị ọzọ. Ha friend na like behind. That is why na agwa na ana brought up na brought onwe gị down. Una emesido onwe na social media. When you don't know, you don't know. When you don't have the road, you don't know the road. In my language, onwe ha na-ekwu na eto obi anya say na who no go no no. Na who go no the road. Who no go no know the road. You must just take your time. I'm assignment. See, none of the assignments you EDM. You know, comment. Just go to just your common Google. Type when down write. Mention self and that ebinye serie. Then can you grow how ikwesị isi wee nweta Biafra ma ọ bụrụ na-achọkwa Biafra n'eziokwu o. I am not reason to insult anybody, no. Ịma na eziokwu na-afọ ahụ ụfụ ịma. Truth are very painful. Truth are very bitter. And whenever you are saying truth, many people, someone like you now, only you out of 38 lives is only you that are a different human with different option. See, my check now. Because although now ọ bụrụ na asị na ka e were ihe na-eme here now recognition, Emma, this you are one vote or B3 37. So my people, like I said, this is early morning here. It's almost 4:45 a.m. We have gone for 3 hours. Please, we are going to end it up here. When we come back tomorrow, when we come back in the morning, then we might spend 5 hours. Emma, come. Ka I go see Kwegi? Onye ọzọkwa o ji wee bụrụ na our celebration of independence is very important, and why o ji bụrụ na o nwekwara something to do to this Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. See, the law has already been there. All these documents has already been before us. You must have now all these CAZ agitation. Not only take 1 hour or 2 hours start service, all this. By now, only for now. It's matter of time. We all must be there. Emma, matter of time. We all must be there. Emma, Emma, Atiku, Abubakar, Abuhoya, Nigeria. Oh, in Southern Cameroon. Vote, one vote, go to Mandiba Hanato, or sending a back actually, or Jeba Hocher. Ndiba Hana, actually, now, not through Nigeria, or does it mean that all the people from Southern Cameroon, Hansha was in Nigeria? The answer is no now. As I do, all here kind of an today. And I brought it up and I brought it down. So, before I close, like I normally do, I will play something and I will hang it up there. So, okay, imagine Chirebezi, I will give you a talk. Opening for Kage Megan or the Wemran or Lema. Okay, I can't quite have my own sense. Or he igre. Or when I hear me and got Ihina, Ibu no bin, IPOB na Biafra, IPOB abo Biafra na zo, IPOB bo a structure more than cannot think. Emma, I want to read something for you. I want to play something for you. If a leader who was arrested before the declaration of independence for a new country, this actor, any the Mazen can life sentence, Kekawa declaration and recognition you see where say voya. Listen. Okay, let's take it from yes. Go see where say voya from this life sentence. Listen.
Yes, a leader released from a life sentence via a political solution or pardon can almost certainly continue to fight for their cause, provided they adhere to the terms of their release.
If I don't skip so wide, and we main document I want to give to him. So, Kayman him oji bro na declaration one only way Emma. Come of in the hour, only Kayman quete because neighbor a member of IPOB organization. Somebody take him out. Oh, one them. Man, I'm happy man here bezioku. Happy over I want to play you our last thing I played before. Listen, Emma, take it serious. This is the options that they are giving to you for you to, if you really mean that you want Biafra, the area you will go and what you have to ask no under most. Now it doesn't matter whether or a group A declaration or group B. Man, the best option of Bunde and Kahomre declaration. Now how Bunde I get take is serious. Now I get where I take IPOB agitation is very serious in the end of the international global community.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty. Why
Ọ
this is
bụrụkwa na ọ bụ ndị IPOB na declaration ha mere nke ọma. A sị gị na a group ọbụla afụkwa ya bụrụ ya mere ya ọsọkwa ya bụrụ organization nke ọbụla. Ọ bụrụ na ndị IPOB a maka esi enweta freedom ọ ha nwakara ime this declaration. Akara ime oge ekuche meforic akara ime so end up this thing. Ọkwa na second time ejide Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọ nafa mfe ezi aka Maazị Simon Ekpa wetara the template of declaration wee mee. Uche mefa na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu of men agitation how many years? Ma enwe what idea how to declare a country.
better option. Political utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them. Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, "We release your figurehead if you agree to this deal." Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing. The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future. Example, leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed before India's independence in 1947. They were consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution. 2. The leader arrested without declaration. This leader, Leader B, is fighting for a new country, but the movement has never made a formal declaration of independence, or the government does not acknowledge its existence. Why this is the less certain option? Legal stigma. The leader is generally seen by the detaining state purely as an internal criminal, traitor, terrorist, or domestic insurgent. Because there is no formal declaration of statehood, even an unrecognized one, the government has less political incentive to treat the leader as a head of a potential sovereign entity. Political motivation for release is weak. The government has less to gain by releasing them, as it can claim that releasing them would only encourage other internal criminal acts or insurrections. A release must be driven by external pressure, international human rights groups or other states, rather than by the necessity of a peace treaty with a defined new state. The struggle continues to be seen as internal. The lack of a declaration allows the detaining state to successfully frame the issue as a matter of internal security, making it harder for international actors to intervene and force a political solution. Conclusion. The power of intent. The act of making a declaration of independence, even if unrecognized, transforms the leader's fight from a domestic criminal conspiracy into an international political conflict concerning the right to self-determination. Feature. Leader A, arrested before declaration. Leader B, no declaration. Legal status, former citizen fighting for a new state, easier to pardon as a political settlement. Internal criminal/insurgent, harder to justify release/pardon. Release motivation. High. Release is the key confidence-building measure needed to start the official, historic negotiations for separation. Low. Release is seen as purely political weakness, unless compelled by extreme external pressure. Best option, political solution/amnesty. Pardon, commutation, requires more domestic leverage or human rights pressure. The timing of the arrest, before the declaration, sets the stage for the most favorable political outcome. The leader becomes the indispensable negotiating partner required to sign the peace deal.
I hope you heard it clearly, Emmanuel. This is not my words, neither your own. But this is that when I said that this platform dish out bitter truth. That's what we'll do here. So I am calling on you, Emmanuel. Forget that sin. Face reality. Face the truth that will serve you. So I want to know that you do hear when they mention Mahatma of India and his group. There are groups that fight for India. The same way you are IPOB or fallback or even IP, not fallback, it's not in the contents, it's IPOB. Was claiming their fight for Biafra. It's a declaration. You make Mazen Kano to, all of you helped to nail Mazen Kano. Because if you have made a declaration, nobody will see him as a terrorist. They will not use that, all these things you had, they used to judge him and sentence him today. So Mazen Kano, the option he has is this United States of Biafra declaration that has changed his status from a male criminal terrorists, and all these things. Our declaration ends those names for him. He becomes automatically, that's why I called him United State of Biafra President Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is who he is. So, my people, we are going to draw the curtain here until you come back again. From me, from here, it is wonderful morning to you all. Until we meet again, remain blessed and be focused. Don't panic. Biafra recognition is very, very, very close to our fingers. Thank you so much for being here. We move.